Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace, peace. Y'all climb on in. We got a lot of interesting things we're going to be tackling today. Of course, you know, we got the questions, but I really wanted to start this off talking about parasites and how parasites is hijacking your glandular highway, how parasites is hijacking your digestive system, how parasites and parasitic infections is hijacking your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system, and they're changing your mood, they're changing your emotions, they're changing your appetite, things that you think that you can't achieve in your life and you wondering what's holding you back. It's literally is these forms and these beings inside of your body called parasites, believe it or not. And we're going to prove today with science, we're going to prove today, just going through a lot of different data, that parasites are real, parasites exist. There is not one disease that exists inside of the body that's not connected to a parasite nor a protein. And these parasites secrete certain secretions and hormones through their defecation in their urine that actually attacks and hijack your neural link. It actually attacks and hijack your neurons and the capability of your melanin neurotransmitters communicating with themselves, for they can manifest themselves in your body and basically have you doing the will for them. What we must realize is when you get into parasites and you get into parasitics, these worm-like or these insect or bug-like structures, they don't have a body like you do. They still terrestrial in form, but they don't have two legs. They can't walk upright. They can't engage sexually like you. There's everything about them is very, very compact and constructed. With you are more freely divine in nature. So what they do is they use your body and they use your endocrine system and your exocrine system. They use your nervous system to implement they will. And we're going to show this scientifically, y'all. I mean, it'll blow your mind. So whenever you think about chicken pox, whenever you think about herpes, whenever you think about multiple sclerosis, MS, arthritis, itchy elbow disease, papillonic virus, HPV, cervical cancer, any cancer, HIV, full-blown AIDS, diabetes, all of these are not only from what you eating, and it's not only a stress-related disease, but it's a bed of parasites that follow behind all of these things, and we can prove it today. You cannot show me one disease and one viral load that doesn't have a glycoprotein antibody and a parasite connected to it. If we're talking about HSV, we're talking about the hemith worm. HSV, which we talking about herpes simplex virus. You have the hemith worm, you have a glycoprotein antibody. We talking about HIV. We talking about the hemith worm, which his name is Fascioloscus boyski. Guess what? We have that. Then we have a CD4 cell antibody connected to it. When you talk about diabetes, you're talking about a fluke worm that's driven himself deep within the pancreas, that's driven himself deep within the islands of Langerhans of the pancreas. And guess what you have? You have a glycophosphate backbone or protein connected to it. Any disease that you can name, any part of the anatomy of the body have been compromised and mucus is coming in and obstructing the place, or there's toxemia and cellular acidosis waste built up in there. Guess what that's the bread for? It's going to breed all types of parasites. And what you're going to realize when we going through these things, and I'm showing y'all the models, you're going to realize these parasites come from within the body. Just like fruit flies and nets come from within the fruit. Just like you see roadkill, and then when you see roadkill, you go back 4 days later and you see all these maggots that's manifesting from within side of the flesh of the roadkill. These same things happen inside of your body when you eat dead things, or when the cells start to die inside of the body and the lysosome don't do their job, and the macrophages and the T cells and the B cells and the lymphocytes and the basophils and the neutrophils are not doing their job and completely disintegrating these dead cells and getting them out of the body through the lymphatic system. So whenever you have dead things or you eating dead things, notice life come from these dead things. Notice that. I mean, all you have to do is do this experiment yourself. Find something dead, put it in a box and seal the box. Come back a month later, open up that box. You're going to see it full of maggots. You're going to see it full of all types of things. Find you some rice. Get you some rice and seal that rice and wet it and leave it sitting out. You're going to see that rice turn into maggots. You're going to see it turn into a cornmeal maggot that turns into a moth. You can't get no food. You can't get anything that dies or anything that's moisturized that become acidic. Life is going to come from it. So everybody be like, well, where did the fruit flies come from? Where's all these damn nets coming from? It's coming from the fruit. It's not coming out of the window. It ain't knocking on the door and then, coming in the house from the door. It ain't coming through the drain of your sink. It is coming from the actual fruit. Same thing as gnarly parasites that kill the body, that hijack your cellular structure. This is coming from the meat that you eating, whether it is finely cooked, whether it's medium rare cooked, or whether you eat it raw. It's still coming from within the dead substance that you're putting in your living body. So let's talk about it. If y'all ready to get this started, y'all ready to go in, I got some pictures for y'all. We detox and we deworm people all the time, especially with people with HSV and viral loads, full-blown AIDS and HIV. Whenever we healing them, we always have to get rid of these parasites because these parasites are associated with every disease. Whenever you study biology and you take a cancerous cell through a biopsy and you actually put it on the petri dish and you study how it moves through chemet, which means black stree, the study of chemet stree means to study the black man or to study the black cell. You will notice inside of each individual cell, you will find something moving around inside these cancerous cells and eating away at the anatomy of the cells, eating the iron phosphate out of the cells, eating the glucose factors out of the cells, eating the fructose factors out of the cells, eating the carbon dioxide out of the cell, eating the light cold frequency that we're going to call carbon oxygen 2 constituents, or what you call CO2, up out of the cell. Every disease you're talking about, guess what? You have an evil entity that has manifested in a parasite that is inside of your body. A lot of people walking around with big guts and think that's food. No, you have a cesspool full of dead worms, fluke worms, hook worms, canker worms, tapeworms, hammerhead worms, Fasciolopsis bullski, hemith worm, toxoplasma, all types of Trinidad, which causes chlamydia and gonorrhea. All these different things I'm talking about is the secretions that's coming from these different parasites that's jacking the body. You see that? Candida is a parasite. Fungus is a parasite. A parasite needs something. It needs a host to feed off of, to feed off energy, or to feed off your blood, or to feed off your intellectual capacity, or to feed off your nervous system. That way they can express their will inside of their body, because they want to do nasty, gnarly shit. They want to do evil, vindictive things. These things are evil in nature. They come from low thought form frequencies. They can't do it unless they have a body to do it in. So when you create a medium and you open up yourself for different low vibrational thoughts and low vibrational frequencies, and you open yourself up to lust, and you having sex with everybody, and you sleeping at everybody's houses, you touching on everybody, you shaking everybody's hand, you hugging everybody, you open yourself up from these entities to find a way inside of your body. They go into the duodenum, which is in the gut. Once you break or you compromise their mucosa membrane, which is the defense system of the body, it keeps the hollow tube from your mouth to your anus completely sealed. Once you break that and that become compromised and a molecular structure break, this is the gateway and entry into your body to hijack your nervous system, y'all. And this is what's going on. Notice what herpes is. Herpes is a nervous system attack. Your nervous system is being attacked by the hemith worm and by a very deadly protein that was supposed to die off in the cell by lysosome, but lysosome didn't do its job correctly, so now it's systemically blowing back on the nervous system. That's why you have to get oregano oil and rub it up and down the spinal cord, because guess what? That's where every parasite, I don't give a damn if it come through your foot, come through your nail, come through an open wound, or come through the duodenum by way of a compromised mucous membrane. Guess where it's trying to go? It's trying to burrow itself inside of your nervous system to hijack you, to do the thinking for you, to eat what it want to eat, to mate with what it want to mate with. And you wonder why you have lust, uncontrollable lust, and you want to sleep with everybody. These are the parasitics thinking for you. These are the parasitics thinking for you. You think I'm lying? Look, let me show you something, because I know y'all don't look. And I've been saying this. I made a bold statement like a year or two ago. I said that if you test the brains of every homosexual male, Of every African-American homosexual male, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find an actual fluke worm inside their brain called toxoplasma. I said that people laughed at me. So you telling me that there's a parasite that invades the neural link of the brain that changes your sexual preference and your sexual behavior? Nigga, you lying. And now we got the database to prove it. And I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Because it's common. Because every time somebody come to us that is a homosexual, HIV or with HSV, when we cleanse them, we notice that certain type of gnarly chemistry and certain type of gnarly parasites came from their upper extremities. I'm like, hold on. This is not a coincidence that every time we detox a homosexual, a certain type of parasite come from them, and this parasite look the exact same. I kept telling y'all that. Now we got actual evidence and back it up, and we have the name for it, which is toxoplasma. And it changes the sexual behavior in cats and dogs as well. And you wonder why dogs are humping dogs and cats are humping cats. And you check for the parasite. That same parasite that's in the humans and changing their sexual behavior and preference is changing the cats and the dogs as well. But see, y'all act like Yaki don't know what he talking about. Yaki don't know what he's talking about. Shingles is a part of herpes, y'all. Now check this out. Let me just read a few things to y'all before we get this lesson started. I want to show y'all these things, and we're going to talk about how these things are hijacking your bodies and literally living through y'all. Look, the devil is real, y'all. See, the thing y'all are getting misconstrued with, y'all think when we say devil, we talking about a red little helper with a spade's tail, with claws and cloven foot running around in hell somewhere. No, we ain't talking about that. When you get really deep into ancient scriptures and you see what these devils are, what these deceivers are, something that leech and vampirism, they suck the energy and the life up out of you. And while they're doing it, they're manifesting all type of dis-ease to your biology. That's a parasite. That's why if you look up the root word to herpes in Latin, it's called the creeper or the creepy crawler. It's in the word. Herpes means the creepy crawler. You think I'm lying? Just Google it. Google the actual origin and etymology of the word herpes. It means the creepy crawler. Do the same thing with cancer. It's always associated with a extraterrestrial entity that is hijacking your body and living off your energy, living off your food, living off your blood, living off your lipid lymphatic based cholesterol system, living off your nervous system. It's something that is connecting to you and living off of you, for it can actually implement its down greedy, narcissistic, low thought form will within your body, because it needs a body to manifest what it's thinking. And that's why if they don't have a host, they die off eventually, because they need a host to survive to implement their will. Straight up. Sounds like the white man to me. Still I rise, da'at. Hey, you sure right, boy. It do sound like a lot of them, don't it? All right, so let's get to it. Let me show y'all something. Check this out, family. Check this out. Let me blow this up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go through a few things and we're going to show some pictures, and then we're going to get straight to the questions. And there's a reason why I open it up, and I open up Yaki TV tonight with this particular topic, because everything that these people are going through with these questions, or it's all parasitical based. It's something leeching off of them. It's something sucking the energy and the life force from them. And if they change their diet and change the way that they review, the way that they observe and their perspective of reality, then they can get these entities up out of their body. You have to understand that the body is made of 150 trillion cells. Out of 150 trillion cells, 100 trillion of them cells don't even belong to you. They belong to something called the microbiome. The microbiome is single cell prokaryotic cell organisms that make who you are. Single cell prokaryotic cell organism that's not even from Earth. They come from stars that make up who you are. And then the other 50 trillion of them cells belong to the dust of the ground, or something we call Afu, Africa, which is Afar in Hebrew, which means minerals. So 50 trillion cells is the minerals of the dust particles that make up the body, that make up this physiology. Then 100 trillion of those are made up of microbiome or prokaryotic cells that have their own thinking system, that have their own colonies, that have their own so-called immunity. You see that? They own lymphatic system. They own blood. They help you break down your food. They help you ferment your food. They help you turn all of your fermentation to alcohol for all the nutrients can penetrate your cells. They regulate your blood pressure. It regulates your heartbeat. I mean, these things do everything, and it keeps your body into a state of homeostasis. It keeps your body into a balance of ma'at. It keeps your body straight balanced and alkaline. You know, if they really told you this, it will freak you out, because then you're gonna have to ask yourself, okay, who am I if my thoughts are coming from my microbiome, which is 100 trillion of miniature microorganisms that I don't know where their true origin from, that they controlling my thoughts. They break down my food. I couldn't even have a digestive movement without these microbiomes. Most people that got IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, it's because they lack these microbiomes. You see that? And then notice what they're doing to you inside the hospitals. They're giving you antibiotics for everything, killing the very bacteria that I'm talking about now. Do y'all think this is a coincidence? Huh? Who are you? Are you controlled by aliens or Elion? Elion, which means the Most High? And these little entities actually move and work together as a unit to drive this vehicle that we call the human body? Who are you? Is you the body or is you the bacteria? I mean, which one? Who are you? This stuff get real sci-fi, y'all. It gets real freaky. It gets real sci-fi and it gets real freaky, straight up. The boogeyman exists and it's inside of your body and is manifesting all types of viruses, viral loads, and diseases. Now check this out, y'all. Let's read this real quick. This is straight from Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hear it from their mouths because everybody think Yaki just be making up stuff. Check this out. Parasites can also indirectly affect the behavior of their hosts by disturbing their metabolism, development, or immunity. Parasitic castrators drastically modify their hosts' metabolism and reproduction, sometimes by secreting castrating hormones. So parasites actually have their own hormones. Now, if a parasite have its own hormone, that means that these microbiomes and these parasites must have their own endocrine system and exocrine system, meaning that they're producing and secreting things. So they have organelles of their own. These are living damn entities, y'all, that are in your life, in your body, biohacking your personality. And then you wonder why people have split personalities. You wonder why people 50-150. One minute she good and he good, the next minute they angry, they foaming at their mouth, they ready to fight, or they having sexual splurges all the time. They can't keep their penis in their pants. Your nature, you and your nature is, you're holistic in nature. You are happy in nature. You are balanced in your nature base because you are God. See, you are positive. You are righteous in your key nature. But it's things that make up this body called the microbiome that can change your thoughts and manifest all type of evilness within you. So when you watch certain cartoons and you see that good angel or angle of light and that bad angel or angle of light, or what we call low thought form frequencies, you know, that is true. When they battling between the good angel and the bad angel, you literally battling between the microbiome, the ancestors, and the microbiome that developed and turned into parasites called Satan. You see what I'm saying? And they are influencing your thoughts, and then you sitting in the holies of holies or sitting on the mercy seat, you know, the throne of God, or what we're going to call the hippocampus or the hypothalamus gland. You have to make a choice of what's going to influence you. You're going to have to make a choice to actually roll and entertain them bad thoughts, or to do proper breath work and breathe out them negative thoughts forms and exhale them out, and then choose that right frequency. Because whether you want to realize this or not, your body is full of entities, good and bad, and we can prove this scientifically. Now, check this out. It says parasites can also indirectly affect the behavior of their hosts by disturbing their metabolism, development, or immunity. Parasitic castrators drastically modify their hosts' metabolism and reproduction, sometimes by secreting castrating hormones, changing their behavior and physiology to benefit the parasite. Now this is behavior altering parasite by Wikipedia. Yaki ain't make that up. Hold on, let me show you something else that I didn't make up. Let's blow this up as well. You see that? Look, check this out. Although often asymptomatic parasitic infections can lead to disruption in mood, behavior, and sleep, particularly in children with what? Worms. And these worms are called tapeworms or fluke worms, Fasciolopsis buski, the same hemith worm that causes HSV, the same hemith worm that they was making and putting in your vaccinations. They putting their zogites or they eggs and worms in your zoster vaccination and your hepatitis B vaccination, giving all of our people herpes, giving all of our people shingles, giving all of our people syphilis in the Satigi experiment. Guess what they was putting inside of us? They were putting not only mercury and poison and aluminum and all of these other things inside of these vaccinations, but they were putting the embryos and zogites of baby parasitics inside of these things too. And then now, they say it's supposed to build immunity when there's no such thing as a damn immune system. It's called the lymphatic defense system. And then 10 years later, we got chicken pox. 6 years later, we got chicken pox. 20, 30 years later, we got shingles. All of a sudden, we got syphilis running around here. Then they change and break up the word syphilis and broke in 1978 and broke it down into 4 different diseases. And the first disease or the symptomology to syphilis is now your modern day HSV1 and HSV2. Psoriasis, eczema. All of this is parasites. Your body is infested with parasitics due to the inoculations and the vaccines that they gave you when you was a baby. This is proof. I got books on this stuff, y'all. It's too much evidence here that I'm talking about. So people can say that I'm all with it's all controversy and the conspiracies. No, I got unclassified documents of the government admitting to this bullshit that they've been doing to us since we've been over here. And these are just facts, y'all. These are just facts. Now, before we start showing pictures and getting into this lesson, I got to read this, y'all. I have to read this. Now, check this out. It says neuroparasitology is an emerging branch of science that deals with parasites that can control the nervous system. Well, guess what parasite controls the nervous system? The hemith worm. And guess what nervous system it controls? The parasympathetic and the sympathetic autonomic nervous system. Guess what so-called disease that causes, or so-called viral load that causes? Herpes, HSV1, HSV2, HSV3, all the way to 18. There's over 106 different variances of this viral load, so-called viral load or protein that we call herpes. And out of 106, 18 of them are prone to human beings. Itchy elbow disease, psoriasis, eczema, chickenpox, shingles, and so on and so forth. You see that? So on and so forth. It's all a form of herpes, which really is nothing but syphilis, which is nothing but HIV. It's all the same thing. And that's the reason why they say if you get herpes, you are more susceptible to catching HIV, which you can't catch no damn virus. The virus come within the microbiome of the cells due to a falling phosphate called lysosome. I can prove all of this, y'all. It is lies. The germ theory is a damn lie. The bacteria theory is a damn lie. All of this viral theory is a damn lie. So you have to sit back and ask yourself if all these things are theory and it ain't never been proven, and I ain't never seen HIV move around through a viral load on a petri dish in a cell, and I ain't never seen COVID-19 or the coronavirus do that either, then what are we talking about here? Or we being bamboozled? Or we being faked out? Is the pump fake really real? Is they lying to us? Yes, they are. And now you got to ask yourself why are they lying to you? Why are they lying to you? Because everything you think you know about health and disease, you don't know damn squat. You don't know. Everything you tell me is based off of symptomology that you got from Google, or what you done heard from your doctor, or what your great grandmother heard from their doctor. Ain't nobody been in the field really doing this work themselves to show and prove, which I have, and my team have, show and prove that all of this is straight up, excuse my language, bullshit. It's bullshit. Straight up. So you walking around wearing that mask, breathing in all that carbon dioxide, causing all types of respiratory infections, killing your adrenal glands and shutting down your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, causing a mucus response to your bronchial tubes, wearing that mask all day, every day for no damn reason at all. You've been psyched. You've been pump faked. You've been lied to. And that mask is going to cause you all of your death and diseases 10 years from now because you're compromising the breath. Breath is the most important thing that you can have because breath is the ruach. That's the neshama. That is the Holy Ghost. That is the spirit. That is the kai. That's the CHO, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. You have to breathe that in. And you going around breathing in all of your metabolic, already broken down oxygen. And you telling me that that's going to keep you from getting a so-called disease that really don't exist, that is called by 5G radiation? Okay, whatever. But hey, y'all don't know nothing. You know that COVID is real. It took me down. No, radiation poison took you down, mixed with the flu that you catch every year. That's what took you down. Since they've been propaganding and putting a witchcraft programming and sorcery on you, broadcasting sorcery. Now, all of a sudden, soon as you catch a whiffle of a sniff and a fever, you automatically got COVID. And you believe these people. You see that, boy? Hey, mass media, what they are doing is straight up witchcraft and sorcery, but Hebrews want to call me a witch. Yeah, CNN, that's witchcraft. ABC News, that's witchcraft. Fox 2, that's witchcraft. But whatever though. Now let's read this. It says neuroparasitology is an emerging branch of science that deals with parasites that can control the nervous system of the host. It offers the possibility of discovering how species, quotation, the parasite, modifies a particular neural network. They straight colonizing and hijacking your neural network. And thus particular behaviors of another species. It says the host. Such parasites host interactions develop over millions of years of evolution, provide unique tools by which one can determine how neuromodulation up or down regulates specific behavior. And in some of the most fascinating manipulations, the parasite taps into the host brain. The host brain, y'all hear that? Neuronal circuitries to manipulate host cognitive functions. Parasites hijack the body. They get inside the body. Some of them come from dogs and pets, and you walking with your shoes off on concrete, not on grass, or you walking on your dog feces and poop and stuff like that. You can get them that way. But most of them come from within inside of the cell already. Most of them, let me say that again. Most of them come from within inside of the cell already, because you are a living biological entity. This vehicle is real, it's living, it's breathing, it's in motion, it's real dense. So you think it's physical and you think that you are part of this, but you are aware is driving this vehicle. You are the driver. You are not your avatar. You are not the vehicle, but this vehicle is susceptible to all types of entities, because entities is what made this vehicle. Elohim is what made the vehicle. And this means powers. Well, you can actually go deep into the body and see that the vehicle was straight constructed by something called the microbiome. Who are these entities? Hundreds of trillions of them that make up your body. Who are these things? And then when they die off, or when you start eating things and you change the ecosystem of your body, because you are part of a greater ecosystem called Earth ecosystem, or what we're going to call the electrical magnetic grid. And when you change your resonance and you change your frequency by eating dead food, or by entertaining dead relationships, or talking to dead people, or giving entertainment to dead conversations, you lower your frequency in the hertz of your body, and you allow the biology of your cell to change due to the lysosome. And these things is what manifests these parasites and these different personalities to hijack your neural network. See that? Like I said, if you think I'm lying, do this experiment yourself. The next time something die, don't kill it, because you're not supposed to be killing anything living but these damn things I'm talking about now. Put it inside of a pine box and you nail it closed. Don't let that way you know that didn't nothing crawl inside of this thing. And you leave that thing alone for a few months, and you come back and you pry all of that stuff off, and you look inside that pine box. That bird is going to be full of maggots. Where the maggots come from? That dead cat is going to be full of maggots. Where did the maggots and the parasites came from? It came from inside of the biological structure of the cat, of the bird, of the human. Have y'all noticed when you take your grandma or your grandfather to the old folks' home, and they're in these nursery homes and they get bed sores, the first thing that the bed sores start developing is maggots. Where is the maggots coming from? Did the nurse bring them to the damn bed and put it under their ass No, they didn't. These things came from within inside of the flesh because the flesh started rotting and dying because the cells stopped lacking the oxygen that needs to actually make the cells be living. When the cells lack oxygen due to the mucosal response, these things form acids. This acidic waste actually breeds parasites. Same thing with a dead body, y'all. It's in fruit flies and in nets. This shit is not coming from outside. It is coming from within inside of the fruit. It's coming from within inside of the things that you're eating. That's why you can never get rid of them. Notice once you get rid of the fruit, they leave. That's because they came from the fruit the whole time. That's why they call it fruit flies, nets. Everything has something living in it because everything was made and created by living things. Whether y'all want to believe it or not. Yep, digestive tract microbes. The microbiome is what breaks down your food. You need these things. These things make up who you are. But when you change your role and you start changing the consistency in how Yahweh created you to be and how Yahweh created a diet program for you, the moment you go against nature, it's hell to pay. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. You was created with an instruction manual called DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. If you do not follow that DNA blueprint that Yahweh inscribed inside of these nucleotides, then you go against nature. The moment you go against nature, you have to pay for it. You're in debt to nature because you're going against the very DNA that Yahweh created you with. What's up, love? I'm going too fast. My bad. I'm imp. Can I get it? Give me a towel. My bad, y'all, if I'm going too fast. My bad, y'all. My bad. Y'all hate those fruit flies too, man. Straight up. Ooh-wee. Y'all got me amped tonight, boy. If y'all getting everything I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all getting everything I'm saying so far, type in some nines. Put some Ninas, some Navis, some Noonies up in this deal. That's where afternoon come from. Noon come from Navim or Nabium, which means 90, the ninth hour. And 9 is the factor of life. It takes a woman 9 months to have a baby. All seasons go through a 90-day cycle. Life and birth is in nines. Nines is a great manifestation. 7 represents completion. 8 represents infinity. 8 represents infinity. Yeah, it is on purpose. When I'm ready to show them everything, I'm gonna move the camera. All right, cool. So let me show y'all these gnarly things. Check out this one. Y'all see that? This is what's living inside of y'all. When you eating dairy products, when you eating meat, when you eating flesh, when you going against the biological disposition that Yahweh puts you in, when you're going against your cosmic arrangement, these things starts to manifest within your body. You see that? That's what happens. These things are living in you and you have to kill these things. Yes, fungus is a parasite, D Young. Not only fungus, Candida is a parasite. Yeast is a parasite, but you have good parasitics and you have bad parasitics. And that's what we're going to break down today. You have good parasitics and you have bad parasitics. And these parasites are living entities that have manifested themselves from the nano or what you would call the quantum world. And they physically appear in a form or what you call manifest. Even certain thoughts can kill cells to make them turn into parasites, because all parasitics or most parasitics come from some type of a cellular structure. You cannot find me one parasite that doesn't come from a cellular structure, whether it come from your cells or come from the dog or the cat cells or come from a cell of a botanical or what we call a herb or a vegetable or a fruit. It still came from a cell. And most of these parasites that manifest in your body come from your own cellular structure that's inside of your body that makes up your bodies. We have to remember that cells make up organs, organs make up systems, and systems make a full-grown human being. You see what I'm saying? So most of these parasites are derived or develop from your cells by way of your thoughts and by way of things that you're eating. We have to realize that food is not just something that's dense, that's solidified, that you can put inside of your belly and you can chew with your teeth. Music is a form of food. Thought is a form of food. Water is a form of food. You see that? Rhythm is a form of food. Conversation is a form of food. Pictures is a form of food. Symbolism is a form of food. Writing is a form of food. Learning is a form of food. That's why it's called food for thought. Food for thought, because just because it's less denser than the dense thing, we became such a dense people. We think that it have to be solid to be solidified for us to call it real. Everything is in a dense form. Even water is in a dense form. Air is in a dense form. All these things exist. That's because you're not vibrating at the frequency to be in tune with that frequency to make it solidify in front of your face for you to see it. Doesn't mean that it's not there. You have something called quantum computers that can actually read and see demons and different imageries of spirits in the room. Look it up. It's called quantum computers. Or you have something called the Hydro Collider. Have y'all heard of that? Where they're bashing atoms and particles and at the speed of light and creating wormholes and all types of shit going on. Y'all, look, you just stuck on Facebook. You stuck on social media. You stuck playing a game. You stuck in a bad relationship, arguing all damn day. So you don't have time to truly sit down and open up that DNA and pull out all of this history and this information from the Akashic records to see what's truly going on here. What you think it is, it ain't. Straight up. Picture your darkest nightmare, times that by 1 trillion, and that's actually what's really going on inside of this earthly realm, or what we're going to call this holographic universe, or what we call Earth. That's what's really going on. Picture your horrific worst nightmare that you can even think of, that you can imagine, and times that shit by 1 trillion. That's where you get today, modern day 2021 agenda, 2021 reality. This messed up. You got to keep your body cleansed. You have to keep your chakras in line. You have to keep them 7 churches open. You have to keep your mind in purity. You have to keep your mind in a righteous set, and you have to do right to others that you want them to do to you to get to what we going through, because Earth is finna purge herself, and all the weak link is gonna die, and all these evil bastards are, and whether you're white, black, blue, purple, or brown, if you evil, you got an evil mindset, and you going against nature gonna tax that ass. Flat out. And I'm just keeping it 1 trillion. I'm keeping 100 grand with y'all. You gonna get taxed. You can't escape karma. Whatever a man soweth, he shall reap. You can't escape that. Y'all gotta watch how y'all treating yourselves, and watch how y'all treating other people, and watch how you treating these animals, because that's Yahweh creatures as well. And you going around just feasting off of they violently dead bodies, thinking that you going somewhere. No, you not. You're eating the dead, murderous flesh of Yahweh, of the universal creator who created these things. And you actually think that you're on a healthy diet, and you think that, when you leave, you're going into elevation in different bodies, but you're going against the ecological system that helped create all things. Y'all have to start making these things make sense, because it don't make sense. Just saying. But hey, Yaki knows nothing. I know no thing. But check this out. Parasite full of blood. Notice what this is: a translucent parasite. The reason why it's red, because it's been drinking on damn blood all day. This translucent. This ain't even supposed to look like this. This is supposed to look like this, y'all. This is what this parasite really look like. I pulled this out of a sister. RP to the sister. She dead now. Chemotherapy, the allopathic community killed her. They murdered that sister. RP Raina, I love you and miss you. And we healed her of cancer. We got the tumors and everything out of her body. But the chemotherapy did so much damage to her body that she bled out through the chemotherapy. But we pulled so many tumors and things out of her. And this is one thing we pulled out of her. And that is a translucent parasite. Now check this out. When it's hosting on the cells and it is drinking your blood, because they're vampires, this is what they look like. They're see-through, but they're so see-through when they fill themselves up the same way as a mosquito, which is another parasite. When they fill themselves up, this is what they look like. Y'all see that? And you have trillions of these things in you, and every parasite I'm finna show you lay at least 4,000 eggs every single day. Especially when we talking about HSV, herpes, and the hemithworm. That little gnarly evil bastard, he lay 4,000 eggs every single day. Every single day. Got my cherry juice. I know y'all made me some cherry juice. She pitted the seeds out of them, and then she juiced them for me. Cherry juice fire. All right, check this out, y'all. Let's keep it going. Let me show y'all some other gnarly chemistry. We pulled this up out of a lady, a 55-year-old. And look at this one. Look at that. That's a tapeworm. That's a tapeworm with a tumor attached to it. That's a tapeworm with a tumor attached to it, showing you that most of these tumors are actually living entities, and they grow face expressions, they grow teeth, they grow eyes, they grow hair. These things are living inside of you, biohacking your body, biohacking your spirit, living off of your endocrine system, living off of your chakras, them gates, them 7 gates. If you open them up with the wrong intentions, you're going to let these type of damn things in. Look at them. Look at them. Look at these things. Let me show y'all. Look, this is a actual duodenum. This is a duodenum that is full of parasites. And the duodenum is right here, family. This is the duodenum. This is the transverse colon. Let me pull out the liver real quick. Let me show you the duodenum, because this is where they want to get in at. Let me take the lungs off. This is how they want to invade your body. They come through, but the only way they can make it through the mucosa membrane, unless you have broken your molecular structure, through trauma, breaking the skin, being stabbed, stepping on rocks, they can get in through that way by way of the blood. But if you haven't broken your molecular structure, the only way they can get in is through this little intestinal tract right here called the duodenum. Y'all see it? Where my pen at? It's right here, and it's called the duodenum. Matter of fact, let me just take it off real fast, and I'm gonna show y'all the back of it. And this thing is 9 inches if you're a full-grown adult. And this 9-inch tract right here, y'all see it? This 9-inch tract right here, it's called the duodenum. Notice it's connected right to the pancreas. The inside of this tract is right here, the duodenum. And inside of here is where most of your microbiome at, most of your nervous system, called your intrinsic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system. It all is connected inside the gut. The gut is the first brain. The heart is the second brain. The central nervous system is the third brain. You see that? Father, Spirit, Son. Father, Spirit, Son. Y'all see how that go? Father, masculine, spirit, feminine. Feminine and masculine come together in unison, which is left and right hemisphere of the brain. They have a sexual exchange called exchange of information, or entering the course, sexual intercourse, and then you birth and manifest a baby, son. Y'all see how they go? Now check this out. This 9-inch intestinal tract is actually 99% of your absorption. You do have absorption that happen in the transverse colon, but most of your absorption factor happens inside the duodenum. And the reason why is because you have the pancreas. This is the pancreas right here. These are the islands of Langerhans right here. And you have alpha cells, you have beta cells and delta cells, and over 4,000 different type of enzymic reactions, or what you're going to call the microbiome, or bacteria or organisms interacting with minerals. It creates this type of reaction in the body that breaks down your food. And over 4,000 different of these reactions happen from the pancreas. Then you have this little green slithery thing right here, which is the gallbladder. The gallbladder is actually connected to the liver. This is the gallbladder that's connected to the liver. This produces something called bile or bile salts. And this is to break down fats and lipids, because water and acids can't break down fats and lipids. If you mix water and oil, you will see that they don't mix at all. So the body have to heat itself up and put you in a feverish state just to store all this lipid oil or these fatty acids in the tissues or in the arteries, and eventually you have a heart attack and stroke and high blood pressure and etc. from it. So what bile does, bile salt is actually created by the liver to create bile or bile salts. And these salts, if you ever looked at a snail and you put salt on a snail, it dries out all the water to the snail, and then the snail become hard as a rock, and then it breaks apart, and that's the death of the snail that be slithering on your porch. You put salt on it, it dries out everything, and then it breaks it down. Well, and the snail is very, very oily and lipid and base chemistry. Well, that's the same thing that bile salt does when it's produced by the liver. It gets connected to the fatty tissues or the fatty acids that you've been eating, what we're going to call the lipid-based system, and it draws and it dries it out. And once it dries it out, it disintegrates, and then it can further go into the duodenum, and as absorption can happen, or if the liver or the pancreas or the blood doesn't need the fats, what happens is this go into the lymphatic system, and then it goes into something called the lymph nodes, and then the lymph nodes further break these things down and further break this metabolic cellular waste down and take it to the kidneys and the adrenals, and then the kidneys and the adrenals filtrate all the metabolic waste from the food that you ate out of the body. You see that? But notice what happens without these microbiomes or these parasites, because it's all the same thing. The only time we call them a parasite is when they're doing the wrong job. When they're doing the right job, we call it good bacteria. We call it gut bacteria. We call it the microbe or the microbia or the microbiota. The moment that it changes its role and start acting crazy as hell and using you as a host to inflict its own will, that's when we call it a parasite, because it uses you to actually inflict its own will and it's not working with you anymore. But guess who started working against who first? The body and your thoughts started working against the microbiome first, and then it changed its role. It wasn't it. That's why I don't blame parasites. Parasites is not the beginning to disease. Parasites is the manifestation of you having a bad diet. The terrain is the issue. Y'all are changing the terrain. Y'all are eating things, putting yourselves in hostile climates, putting yourselves in hostile environment and hostile relationships. And then it starts messing with the pH balance and the CO2, which is the light code frequency of the body. So now, since you didn't change the terrain and you didn't change the ecosystem by going against nature and going against the creator Yahweh, now the microbiome have to change the system to get rid of the things of the body. Because notice what parasites does. They eat on things and they love to eat on acids, just like the bacterium inside of the lymph nodes love to eat on acids. You don't want them damn macrophages outside of the lymph nodes. They will kill you. Guess what? They do a great job when they're inside of the lymph node. The moment that they get outside of the lymph nodes, then that's when they say he had an autoimmune disease. And what happened with the autoimmune disease, the immune system started eating away at the good cells. You're like, hold on, how in the hell could the immune system start eating away at the good cells? Because they're out of their role. You have taken them out of their climate. The macrophages and this bacteria is supposed to be inside this lymph nodes. This is a big old lymph node right here. Notice these little blots right here. This is good bacteria. This is macrophages. They help break down acidic waste. You don't want these inside your bloodstream. You don't want these things just roaming around in your body. You need to keep them in the crib. Guess what the crib is? The crib is the lymph node that's connected to the lymphatic system. The moment that you let that gate out and they get outside the crib, they gonna bite some damn body. It's kind of like you having a press canary or a pit bull, a vicious pit bull, and you got a picket fence and they jump over the picket fence and just bite everybody all day. That's the same thing as the macrophage. You got to keep these things chained up in the yard. You got to keep these macrophages inside the lymph node, because the moment that they break out, they're going to change and become parasites, because they're going to start leeching off of you, especially if you have an acidic body. They're going to start leeching on everything that's acidic in your body. Well, guess what's acidic in your body? Deoxyribose nucleic acid. They start chewing away at the DNA. Hydrochloric acid. They start chewing away at the gut lining of the stomach. They start chewing away at the mucous membrane, because the mucous membrane in the lymphatic system is what deals with acids. So now the good bacteria that once had a great role, macrophages that was doing a very good damn job inside of the lymph node, once you change the chemistry of your terrain and start going against nature, it leaves its home and now it's starting to kill the body. And they say, well, lupus is when the lymphatic system and the immune system start attacking the skin. It start attacking the cells. Multiple sclerosis is when the immune system start attacking the nervous system and all that other bullshit, when it's really, they ain't at the crib. You done let the dog, who let the dog? You done let the dogs out. The dog's supposed to be in the lymphatic system. The dog's supposed to be inside the lymph nodes, but you eating wrong foods, and now you're breaking the mucosa membrane, or what you call the cellulose, which is the glucose constituent factor that covers up these little cells where they can't get out. Once you get dehydrated and you start eating dehydrated acidic forming foods, the body starts pulling water from all different cells of the body, because they have to compensate everything that you've been eating. So now you swelling up like a balloon, and the water that was once connected to the mucosa sugar, or what we're going to call mucosaccharides, has now been broken. So now all the water and the mucus have been broken and dried out around each individual cells of the lymph node. Now it becomes hard as a rock, and then it breaks, it disintegrates. So guess what? The macrophage, which is the dog that want to be free anyway, is going to be like, damn, daddy actually left the door open. Let me go bite somebody. That's the macrophage. Let me go bite some. Daddy went to work and left the door open. I'm finna go bite the whole neighborhood. And now you have your actual lymphatic system, or what they stupidly call the immune system, chewing away at other good cells in the body. That's what's happening here. If y'all got what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all got what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. Hopefully y'all understand my analogies and my metaphors, trying to break it down in a simplistic way for y'all can understand what I'm talking about. If y'all get this so far, type in some nines. Put them Ninas in the building, and we gonna keep this going. Put them Ninas in the building, and we gonna keep this going. Gloria Daniels, wait and see. Be patient. You got to learn first. How you want to know how to correct it? You got to learn what's going on first, woman. Wait and see. Be patient, goddess. Be patient. Okay, y'all get that. Y'all get that. All praises. All praises. So that's what we gotta, y'all see what's going on here. So once you change the terrain, all these different diseases that they talking about truly don't exist. All this tomato, I mean, it's all bull crap, y'all. It is all bull crap. So we have to truly start understanding what's going on when it comes to the human anatomy and it comes to our biological clock and it comes to our body. There's no such thing as these things coming outside of the body. Mostly, unless they created it in a laboratory, if you catch it, you caught it from inside of the body. You caught it from inside of the cells. You know, they want to make you believe in all these theories because they need to make money. So they come up with thousands and thousands of different viruses and all this and all of that, when it's really your body reacting to itself. And then they give you all these inoculations and all these vaccinations and this and that and this and that, when the whole time all you had to do was just change the chemistry of your body. Follow nature. That's all you had to do. All right, let's get into these questions because I don't want to be too long today, but I hope y'all really got there. Before we get there, I want to show y'all a few more things. These are actually tumors that was created by parasites. Notice that they grow teeth. They grow hair. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4 teeth growing on this tumor, and it is hair growing on this tumor. Do y'all see that? These things are living entities trying to manifest themselves within your body. You see that? Do y'all see these ugly, hideous demons? Y'all see that? Let me show y'all some more. Look at this one. This one done grew eyes. Look, this deal done grew eyes. Look at the teeth on this sucker. Look at the teeth on this joker. Y'all can't tell me there ain't no demon. You can't tell me that this is not no damn demon. This mug got sharp teeth, blue eyes. Look, the corneas in the eyes. Look at the retinas. They ain't even developed fully. Got teeth growing on the side of his eyes. This is real. Look, this is not Photoshop. This is real stuff. And it's a dude that actually made toys based off of this. Let me show you another one. Hold on. Just in case y'all think I'm playing. This is real stuff, y'all. These are real pictures. Look at this one. Look at this. This damn one got a ponytail. Notice the eye has started growing at the top. Look, it got 4 big teeth, molars in its mouth. Y'all see this? This came out of a woman's stomach. Look at the one on the right. I don't know which one on the right. I don't know where this came from, but this one came out of the woman's stomach. But the one on the right, look at that. Teeth, hair, eyes. These are living entities that's grown within inside of your body because you don't want to control what you're eating. And you trying to tell me that the devil and demons don't exist? Here go your devil and demons right here. Heal your body. And what's crazy is I'm a Nazarite. I'm a Nazarene. And if you actually get into the gospel of peace and you get into the Nazarite doctrine, it said that when they purged themselves and they took their herbs, it said that they threw up demons. And then it start explaining what the demons or the devil look like. And tell me why it was damn parasites. It was hookworms and fluke worms that John the Baptist and them was throwing up in. And they was purging themselves and giving themselves enemas with brook water, with yellow bark and with olive leaf. The Nazarites were straight healers. They was herbalists. And what they call demons is totally different than what the Bible called demons. They called actual demons parasites, manifested from the spiritual world and manifested into these worm serpent-like structures that inhabit the body and made you manifest and do they dark, gnarly wills and deeds, y'all, straight up. And we see these things coming out all the time. I pulled this up out of a woman. Look at this one. This is a parasite that it reminds me of a damn, what you call that sea creature? A jellyfish. The way it moves in water, it literally moves like a jellyfish in water. The head part at the top, and it blows like this, and it moves. This is how it moves when it's in water, just like a damn sea creature, y'all. You see this stuff, y'all? I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. Look, check this out. Check this one out right here. This is real stuff. Look at this one. Look at this. This is a tumor. It got eyes. It got teeth. Look at the evil thing. It's even grinning. It's even grinning. If y'all think I'm lying, look this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up. What's the name of this one called? Hold on. Let me see the name of this. Let me get the name real quick, y'all. This is called a teratoma tumor. Google it, y'all. It's a real thing and it exists. A teratoma tumor. This is a tumor. Look at that. These things, look, get half of y'all fibroids that's growing in y'all vagina canal, that's growing on your fallopian tubes, that's growing from your ovaries, look like this. And you telling me that you ain't being hijacked by demons. You ain't being hijacked by devils. You better get up out of here. Look, the spiritual realm exists. This spiritual realm exists, y'all. This is real. This is real as it get. You got stuff moving like this inside of your stomach. Look at this. Look at this. That's the serpent. And it got hair inside of it, but going through and eating the hair, because you know you have trillions of hairs on the inside of your body, just like you have trillions of hairs on the outside. And hair is actually what helps you move the food through the digestive organ and then digestive tract. Hair moves along everything and brushes through. It's called villi. It's nothing but hair, which is an extension of your nervous system. Look at that. You got to get rid of these demons. These are parasites. These are demons that's hijacking you, hijacking your behavior, having you eat what they want to eat. You know you supposed to be dying, and you know that meat bad for you, but you addicted. You can't get off of it. It ain't you that's addicted to the meat. It's these damn things right here. This is what's addicted to it. These things. Not making this stuff up. Look at this one, y'all. Here go another duodenum. This is another duodenum. I showed y'all duodenum full of parasites. These are baby hookworms. They're eventually going to make their way to the brain. Their whole thing is to hijack the brain, to hijack the hippocampus, to hijack the hypothalamus gland. They in the duodenum hoping to get through the blood capillaries to make their way to the brain, for they can control your thoughts, control your sexual arousement, your sexual pleasure, preference, and all, etc., etc. We have to kill these things, and I'm going to show you how to kill them today. But look, these things exist. There are monsters really living inside your body. And that's why you better get them 3 bitters and get that parasite elimination kit. And that's how we get rid of them. Our 3 bitters, our oregano oil, our parasite elimination kit will kick these things ass and put them out of your body. Half these pictures I'm showing y'all are actually my pictures that we got from our clients. These are my pictures, y'all. Look at this one. Look at this one. Full of blood. Full of blood. This is how it really look. Y'all see the bottom end, how it look all yellowish, but the rest of the part is red. It's been sucking blood. Blood sucking serpent. Look at it. Look at these things. And these pictures are real. Most of these are not Google pictures, y'all. This is not a Google picture. These pictures come from clients after we put them on our 3 bitters and after we put them on our geogenetic therapy. Notice this one. This is a actual fluke worm. Fluke worm, because it's a flatworm. This is a fluke worm actually connected, and I believe she had herpes. This is a fluke worm, or a full-grown Fasciolopsis buski hemorrhage worm that's connected to a tumor, or what we call a fibroid. Look at it. The damn thing is still stuck inside of the tumor. It's still stuck inside the tumor. It's still stuck. You see that? Yes, parasites play a part of heart failure and heart disease. That's why dogs get heart worms or heart failure. It's worms in the heart. We're going to talk about all that. Let me just go through one more, then we're going to get to these questions. Here go another translucent worm right here, y'all. This is what they look like under a microscope. Look at that. That deal got 8 legs. Look at the tail on that deal. That's in its immature phase, in its germjet or germgite phase. But they grow big, y'all. They get big. All right, let's get straight to it. I want to show y'all one more. This is one coming out of his foot. Look at this, y'all. Coming out of his foot. Look at that. Imagine your skin just itching, and then you scratch it and it break open, and one of these things just come up out of you. These things are flowing and in your body and manifesting in your body every day and every night. You think you think you scratching and itching. You think that you just got irritated skin. No, you got living entities inside of your body, and it's time for you to fast and take herbs to get these things up out of you, because you would never think and have a clear consciousness and have positive thoughts with these things roaming, colonizing, and manifesting in your body. You see that? All right, let's get straight to it. If y'all ready for the questions, the Q&As, y'all type in some 9s. We're going to get everything started. If y'all ready for the questions and the Q&As, type in some 9s. We're going to get everything started. And I'm going to give y'all what y'all need if y'all want to do these things on your own, or if y'all want to get my herbal package. Y'all can do either or. I'm not here for the money. I'm here to teach y'all how to be healers, to heal yourself, to heal your body. So if y'all ready to get started at 9, type in some 9s. Also, y'all get a pen and a paper real quick. I'm going to give y'all the herbs right off back to get if you want to make your own concoction to actually get rid of these parasites. Now, it's 2 different strategies you have to do, because killing adult worms are easy. Killing adult parasites is easy. Killing them damn babies, though, it's hard, because they're in a protein envelope capsule. So you got to disintegrate the capsule, then kill they little asses. And I'm talking about it's thousands of these populations, especially when you're talking about HPV and HSV. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Write this down. The first, somebody type this in too. Raw whole cloves. Raw, whole cloves. Try to get them not in a dry state. Please try to get them in a whole state while they still have water in them, because that's when they most potent. Cloves. All right. Not clove oil, raw cloves. Clove oil is very good, but we talking about how to get them out. We gonna drink this in a tea form. We gonna knock this out in a tea form. All right, cloves. Not only is you gonna do that, and you using these in whole parts, so nothing is gonna be more or greater than the other. Everything is gonna be in this whole part. So you're gonna get cloves. If you're gonna do 2 ounces of clove, you're gonna do 2 ounces of the other herbs. I'm telling you, you're gonna put them all together. You're gonna do 1 ounce. You're gonna do 1 ounce of everything else. I'm telling you, they all in the whole parts. Whole parts just mean they're all in equal parts, right? So you're gonna do 1 part cloves. You're gonna do 2nd part mugwort. 2nd part mugwort. 2nd part mugwort. 2nd part mugwort. All right. All right, 3rd part. Your 3rd part is going to be wormwood. Greater wormwood. Make sure it's greater wormwood. I soak cloves, then drink that. Yep, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Because with this one, if you want the specific antigens that's going to kill the worms, you can't heat it up. You got to soak it. Soak it in cold water and drink it while it's cold. Drink it while it's cold. Drink it while it's cold. All right. Now, your 4th part is going to be quassia chips, or what we call bitter bark in Jamaica. Quassia chips. All right. So you got clove, you got mugwort, you got greater wormwood, and you got your bitter bark or your quassia chips. All of these equal parts. Put this in room temperature water. Let it sit for 16 hours. Just let it soak. Let it sit. Cover it up. Every now and then stir it. And you're going to start seeing that water turn from that see-through translucent color to like a dark, dirty brown color. And the darker it get, the stronger it get. But you don't want to heat it up, because when you heat it up, you actually burn out cloves. Unless you using clove oil, pressing the cloves, or you putting alcohol in them, turn it into a tincture. That's a totally different story. But a lot of y'all don't know how to make tinctures, and a lot of y'all ain't got the equipment to do it. So I'm showing you how to do it in its simplest form. All right. Now, on top of that, you gonna need you some not black walnut hull. A lot of y'all be all rushing to get black walnut hull. That's what kills adults. You trying to kill the babies. Now, what I just gave you killed the adults. Now what I'm finna give you kill the babies. Now, if you want to take black walnut hull by itself, that will kill adults. If you want to get them babies, you're going to need green walnut hull. When a walnut hull is fresh and it's green before it turned black. And that's what's in my parasite elimination kit. That's what's in my parasitic elimination tincture. It's the green walnut hull. Not only is the green walnut hull going to kill them babies, but we mix it with clove. Mix it with that fresh clove. So clove and green walnut hull with a pinch of ginger will get rid of the babies. You see that? So now you got a solution for the adults, and you have a solution for the babies. And you have to take them at different times. Take them at different times. You have to hit them back to back. It's a deworming process. I'm gonna hit your ass in the morning, then I'm knocking you back out as soon as you get back up at night. You can't be waiting on it. Now, if y'all don't want to make these things yourselves, get my parasite elimination kit. There's hundreds of more herbs that I didn't tell y'all that's in that, and get my 3 bitters. But the parasite elimination kit do come with the 3 bitters, and my 3 bitters are great parasite elimination killers, y'all. Along with the parasite elimination kit, we kill parasites day and night, day and night, day and night. The geogenetic is for infections like HSV1, HSV2, herpes, cancer, full-blown AIDS, HIV, all these other lying names and diseases. I don't believe in diseases, so I gotta say lying diseases, because it's all a pump fake to have you going to the doctor and them prescribing you all types of pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. But if you really want to knock them out, geogenetics. But if you want to just, you know what I'm saying, do that first blast and get them out the body, the parasite elimination kit. And you can never go wrong with the 3 bitters, because the 3 bitters got all of the herbs I just mentioned plus hundreds of more in them. All right, now if y'all ready for these questions, let's get it. Do you ship products to Ghana, Africa? Yes, we do. I get a lot of my stuff from Africa. And that's why my herbs got a price tag on them. Like, we have to source them herbs. We get them from the origin where they was coming from. I mean, we spend a whole lot of money on our herbs, and we make sure that they're quality tested and approved. We make sure that they the most potent and the most powerful herbs more than everybody else's. So I have to spend top dollar on them. And for that, plus the labeling, the packaging, and everything else, and getting through, paying the permits to get it through customs, because they always hold my packages. And I remember one time they straight took all of my herbs and sent me the boxes. Look, these bastards took all my herbs, sent me the boxes, and taped the boxes back up like the herbs was in them, and they put a paper in the box telling me that, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't package right and stuff like that. $16,000 worth of herbs that I didn't get. They sent me the empty boxes, y'all. So I got to pay top dollar for my stuff, y'all, and that's the reason why I work, and that's the reason why we healing everything under the sun, because the integrity of the herbs is just so high. The potency and just the alkalinity of them is just so high, y'all. All right, let's get it. All right, it says, good morning, Mr. Yaki. I am reaching out for help on my mother's behalf regarding 3 autoimmune diseases. Now, we already know right off back that this brother or sister, whoever it is, they've been lied to, because they believe in autoimmune when there's no such thing as the immune system. If there was a such thing as the immune system will exist inside of the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is what deals with the white blood cells. The lymphatic system is what deals with T cells, or what we call thymus cells, B cells, or what we call bone marrow cells, monocytes, lymphocytes, phagocytes, macrophages. You see what I'm saying? Neutrophils, basophils, all the monophils. These things are a part of the lymphatic system. They make you believe in an immune system. That way they can event or give you inoculations and vaccinations. The whole reason, I'm doing a whole seminar on this, the whole reason for the word immunity and immune system is for they can come up or create vaccinations to give you vaccines. That was the whole reason why they even created that word, y'all. Wait till I do the actual mini documentary on that. It's gonna blow y'all mind. So we have to get out the illusion of immunity. You don't have that. You don't have immunity. You have a lymphatic system that cleanses the body. You don't have nothing that's immune to anything. You open up your body, you get rid of what's damaging the body, and usually it's acids, and most of the time it's gnarly proteins that come from meat, that come from dairy products and things like that. All right. So it says on my mother's behalf regarding 3 autoimmune diseases, she was recently diagnosed with lupus. Well, we already know what lupus is. Lupus is extreme systemic acidosis. Whenever you look at lupus, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, this is extreme acidosis. And what's happening is, like I said, the acids are chewing away at that system, and the lymphatic system and the lymph nodes is so backed up interstitially that the lymph nodes are opening up and letting all the bad guys that's locked up in the cage is supposed to be killing bacteria, and acids is letting them out. So if you got acids on your nervous system, guess what's gonna get ate up with them acids? Your nervous system. And it's the body defending itself, but the defense system is out of whack because the terrain is bad. It's too much stuff agglomerated. You are coagulated, and you got so much mucus and acids backed up, so they don't know who to fight no more. It's kind of like being in a gang fight. You start swinging on your own partners because there's so many people banging at one time. You didn't mean to, you know what I'm saying? It was just so many people there, and you know that you're trying to protect yourself, so you're gonna hit anything that look like him. And that's what's happening when you start seeing the actual lymphatic system and what they call the so-called immunological system eating at good cells. They're not eating the cells, they're eating at the acids that's on the cell. They're just taking too many bites, and now you start seeing a response from the neurological system, or what you call the nervous system. They say, oh, well, that's multiple sclerosis, that's lupus, that's fibromyalgia. No, what's the cause of that is a whole lot of systematic mucus that's built up inside of the interstitial fluid of the body. It's acids. You only dealing with 2 sides of chemistry here. You dealing with alkaline or what you call base chemistry, and you dealing with acidosis. When you're on the acid side of chemistry, things burn. When you're on the acid side of chemistry, things tend to get agglomerated. When you're on the acid side of chemistry, cells start to mutate. When you're on the acid side of chemistry, inflammation sets in. When you're on the acid side of chemistry, you start seeing boils, you start seeing pimples, because the body is trying to do everything in its power to get rid of the acidosis, so it's going to use its skin for alternative route of the elimination. It's going to use its eyes, or what you call glaucoma, or what you call cataracts, for alternative route of elimination. It's going to use the bronchial tubes, or what you call bronchitis, or what you call asthma or COPD as an alternative route of elimination. It's going to use the gut and the colon and the sigmoid colon and the anus as an alternative route of elimination, which is what you call IBS, or what you call Crohn's disease, or what you call diarrhea. It's going to use the fingernails and the toenails for an alternative route of elimination, what you call fungus, yeast, candida. Use the tongue. Everywhere that you see the manifestation of disease, disease is the body doing its goodwill in what it's created to do, which is to push these foreign things or foreign invaders outside of the body. That manifestation of the symptoms of the body healing itself, the doctors have came up with this immunological system and this and that and this and that, and then they call it a disease, and then they give you the pump fake, and then through sorcery, because that's what the whole allopathic community is. When you look at the pharmaceutical companies and you go to Walgreens and CVS and you see they holding a big old witch pot with an actual witch broom inside of it, whipping you up potions called medicine, which come from the root word pharmacy or pharmakia, which means sorcery. When you look it up in Greek, pharmacy and pharmakia. If you look up the word sorcery in Greek, it's going to say pharmakia, pharmacy. It's sorcery. It's a witchcraft, and they're giving you potions, making you weakened on the weekend. It's all deaf language, deaf talk. It's all witchery. And now you're in a daze. That's why they call it weekdays, because you're in a weekdays from taking a weak sorceries because they have weakened you on a weekend. All of this is witchcraft. Straight up. Ain't no healing going on in this. They are killing us. They are killing us, y'all. So that's all lupus is. And then this one is called scleroderma. What is it? Scleroderma. So we see derma, so it's skin. Okay, I see what this is. So scleroderma is when the actual thyroid gland is not working properly and the parathyroid is not working properly. So the connective tissue becomes calcified because the parathyroid is producing something called parathyroid and parathyroxine, and it's not controlling the actual calcium that's being pulled from the bone matrix because it's out of equilibrium, it's out of balance. So what it's doing is it's telling the bone marrow to produce too much calcium in the blood. So what the blood is doing is stirring it inside the lymphatic system, and the lymphatic system is starting to calcify. So you have a lot of calcification in the skin. You have a lot of calcification. It dries out the eyes. It dries out the vagina canal. It dries out the mouth. It dries out the skin. It's just whole dryness, and dryness come from fire. When things are hot, things become dry. If you ever been to the hottest part of the world or on the equator that's called a desert, isn't that a dry place? Notice there's no water there because dryness evaporates water. Heat or acids evaporate water, and that's what's happening when in your body when you're eating too many acidic foods, or when your body is not communicating with itself properly, and you have an endocrine system disruptor. Your hormones is not even balanced right, because of all the acids that's in the body from the systemic acidosis forming food and mucus forming food that you eating. So the body is smart. It's going to start pulling water because the body is made of 97% water. It's going to start pulling water from all the cells. When you pull water from the cells, it's going to throw off the water, potassium monophosphate, and salt variance. That's a ratio that each cell have in the body. You have the right amount of potassium phosphate, and have the just right amount of salt and the amount of right water. So whenever you're eating acidosis or acid forming and mucus forming foods, the body have to take that to compensate for it. So what it's going to do is going to start pulling water from each individual cells to go to the acid foods to put the fire out. Or if you're eating dry foods like potato chips, which is baked potatoes, you see that you're baking the water out of potatoes and then you eat the potato chips. Well, what the body's going to do is going to turn it back into a whole potato. Or you eat a dried raisin, the body is going to take the water from the body and turn that deal back into a grape. Or you eat a dry banana chip, the body is going to take all the water from the cells, is going to string the water and turn it back into a full grown banana. Or you eat dried apples, the body is going to take all the water from the blood, from the lymphatic system, and from the cells and turn it back into a regular apple slice. So when you do that, you actually are causing the body to become very, very dry and brittle. Now you breaking cells and you going through something called cellular uncontrollable mitosis. Then once the cell starts to uncontrollably divide, then they kill themselves. It's called cellular apoptosis. Now you have cellular mutation, and this is where your cancers and your lupus and all these diseases that we talking about that's going on right now, and it's happening. And notice the root word to everything I'm talking about: acid, 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 acid. She is on an acid diet and she need to stop eating the acids. It says, and she also is suffering from sojourns. Look, okay, sojourns. Now, and that's the same thing. Sojourns is basically when the skin tissue becomes very, very scarred and the skin tissue becomes calcified because too much calcium is coming into the body. The only time you seeing calcium being released in the bloodstream so much, calcium is your biggest electrical mineral. It's the biggest electrolyte in the body. And what controls it is the parathyroid that's produced by the parathyroid glands. The parathyroid glands actually sits on the thyroid. So if you're actually looking right here, right, this is the thyroid. Behind the thyroid, where am I paying at? Behind the actual thyroid, at the top right and the top left, you have 4 little dots on each side, and it's called the parathyroid. It produces a hormone called parathyroxine and parathyroid. And what happens is it sends melanin neurotransmitters, or what we're going to call good bacteria, or what they're going to call messengers, or melachim, or angels, or angles of light, whichever one you want to talk about, because your body is God. Your body actually is the Garden of Eden. Your body is earth. The body is a living entity and living organism. Whatever out is within. Whatever upside down is downside up. Whatever inside out is outside in. Tomato to bottom, tomato to tomato. If you inhale, you have to exhale. You see that? If you go up, you have to go down. If something's beautiful, that means there's something ugly. If you have one of something, that means there have to be two. You see that? So we have to talk about yin and yang here. Yin and yang. So what happens is the parathyroid actually secretes hormones, and then these messengers go to the autonomic nervous system, and it signals the bone marrow to actually break off pieces of calcium to bring it in the bloodstream. What parathyroxine and parathyroid do is it watches the levels in the blood of the calcium. Now, if the thyroid is affected by acid and systemic acidosis, the hormone is not going to be watching how much calcium it brings into the bloodstream. If too much calcium gets inside the bloodstream, the body is going to be afraid that the blood is going to become calcified. And this is basically like cholesterol plaque built up in the arteries, so you can have heart attack or stroke, aneurysm, and things like that. So instead, what the body does is it pushes these things into the lymphatic system, and the lymphatic system tries to get rid of it. But the lymphatic system is full of calcium at this time, so you now are crystallizing mucus and acids in the body. So now you are going to cause water to come. Water is going to fill and it's going to balloon the organs of the body, and then all these things happen. All these things happen to the body due to what? Due to the body being full of acids, and calcium is a buffering system. It buffers out acids. Calcium is like a fire hydrant to acids, which will be the fire. It puts out that. And that's why if you look at the mucosal membrane, it's full of calcium. It's full of T cells. It's full of B cells, because the mucosal membrane is connected to the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is stagnating, which means your kidneys is not working properly and your adrenals is not online. So you got to worry about the adrenals, getting the adrenals online. You got to worry about getting these kidneys open and getting rid of the acids. The first thing you need to do is change this acidic medium that's in the body, and that's changing your diet. Stop eating acid forming foods. Get off of all flesh, all meat. Get off of all animal products immediately, and you need to go on all fruits. I wouldn't even do nothing else. I wouldn't even do vegetables, because that's going to slow down your healing. I would do nothing but fruits. You need to hydrate your body. Hydrate. You so full of acids. You got lupus. You got scleroderma, which is nothing but calcification of the connective tissue. You have Sjogren's, which is dry eyes, dry mouth, dry vagina, dry skin, dry everything. Even the estrogen system is dried out, meaning you can't even produce spit in your mouth. Like I got spit in my mouth. Y'all can hear it. That's my salivary glands producing amylase and producing trypsin. You can't even do that because the body is dried out, meaning that you can't even alkaline the body naturally. So you're going to have to do it from things that's growing outside, and that's going to be your fruit. The best alkaliner is going to be your grapes and going to be your watermelons. Get the melon family. Melon family. Make sure you eat honeydew melon. Make sure you eat cantaloupe, watermelon. Get good with the melons, and make sure you eating a lot of grapes as well. If I was you, I'll go on a 30-day grape fast. I want to eat nothing but grapes. And then while you on that, I'll make sure that I'm on my geogenetic level 3. What you got going on, man? I wouldn't even recommend you doing nothing but the genetic level 3 with a whole lot of the 3 bitters. Let's see what else you got going on. Okay, Sjogren's syndrome. It says the organs most currently affected is her liver. See, now we got a liver problem. And I bet you it's because extreme acidosis is drying out her liver. Let's see. It says it's her liver. After a biopsy, they diagnosed primary with biliary cholangitis. What is that? Hold on, y'all. Let me look this up real quick. Cholangitis. Oh, cholangitis. Okay, the destruction of the liver. So her liver is instructed. Okay. So what's happening is the same thing. The lymph nodes, her lymph nodes is reducing macrophages and producing macrophages, and the macrophages are eating away of the bile cells. So the cells that's in the back of the liver, the cells that's in the back of this liver that actually produces the bowel. The cells that's along the gallbladder that's producing the bowel is actually the macrophages that's supposed to be inside of the lymph nodes. Remember, it's not in the crib because her ecosystem is all the way turned out. So that means that they're roaming around in her liver when they supposed to be inside the lymphatic system, inside the lymph nodes of the interstitial fluid of the body. They roaming around and they're attacking the actual bowel cells that make up bowel salts, and they eating them away. So what happened when they eat up the lining of this little artery, what we're going to call the gallbladder artery, bowel starts getting produced inside of the liver when it's supposed to be in the gallbladder. That's the whole point of the gallbladder sac. See, the whole point of this gallbladder sac right here that I'm showing you, can y'all see it? This gallbladder sac right here is to produce bile into whole bowel. But when you have macrophages in the lymphatic system like T cells eating away at the lining of it, bile starts backing up in the liver. Well, again, remember I told y'all what bile is. Bile is mixed with a lot of salts, so it dries out things. So she's already dealing with extreme dehydration and acidosis. Now we actually have the macrophages in the T cells eating away at the lining that's holding something that kills and eat up fats for a living, which is way more acidic than any acidic hydrochloric acid that sits in your stomach because it's full of salts, and salts actually dries out and dehydrates snails. So imagine it's backing up inside of the liver, and it's causing cirrhosis of the liver because it's drying her liver out and leaving scar tissues on her liver. So that's what's going on. It says, my mom is a single mother who have always tried to take care of herself for my sake. She have never drank alcohol. She don't have to drink alcohol to have cirrhosis of the liver. Even eating food wrong and combining your food wrong produces alcohol. Say if you eat some peptides, polypeptides, or what you call proteins. Say if you eat a fat ass snake and then follow it up with a salad with fruit on top of it. Guess what? The fruit in the salad is going to break down on top of the steak. The steak is going to take 9 months to even break down what it can break down to before it even leave the stomach. So now fermentation happens. Fermentation, once you ferment fruits and vegetables for so long, it turns into alcohol. That's where you get wine from, fermented grapes. You see that? That's where you get tequila from, fermented agave. You see that? That's where you get beer from, fermented yeast. So fermentation is what creates alcohol. So you don't have to drink alcohol to create alcohol in the body. The body will die without alcohol. The body produces its own natural alcohol because that's what actually brings insulin and bring glucose into the cell. That's why we create alcohol tinctures, because the best way to get herbs into the cell is by way of alcohol. We learned that from studying biochemistry and looking at how the body naturally produces alcohol itself. But if the body producing too much alcohol because you're combining your food wrong and you eating dairy products and you eating meat and you don't know how to food combination right, then the alcohol is going to overwhelm the cells and it's going to dry the cells out, and it's going to cause cirrhosis of the cells. It's going to cause acidosis of the blood and cirrhosis of the liver. So she ain't never had to drink alcohol in her life. She's eating food wrong. It says she have never drank alcohol but had the liver of an alcoholic, and that's the reason why her liver looked like an alcoholic. It's because she's combining food wrong. Her digestive system is not working, and the reason why her digestive system is not working because the bowel is not even properly breaking down her food, which means that her pancreas is probably obstructed too and full of mucus, so her whole digestive system is obstructed. So she can't break down the food, so it allows too much fermentation, and this fermentation turns into alcohol and it's killing him. It's blowing back on the liver. That's exactly what's happening. Let's see. It says, although other parts of her body is being affected, like her sight and stiffness. What caused you to be bound up like this? What do base chemistry cause this? Do alkaline cause this? Or do burning acids bind things together? Like we had a woman where her actual transverse colon was binded to her uterine wall. She had so much acids in her body that her colon was binded to her uterine wall. What causes you to be bound up like this? To be shriveled up, to take and evaporate all of the oxygen and all of the water from your cells that you bind up like this. And then you notice you start hydrating the body and you start putting the body on an all fruit diet and you start giving the body herbs. And then slowly you become unbound. We see people do this all the time when they're on the herbs. And then they come in like this in a wheelchair and they come out walking, waving their hands and clapping and jumping because we hydrated the body back. This is an extreme acidosis and this extreme dehydration going on here, family. Straight up. It says to the stiffness in her whole body and face due to the overproduction of collagen. Well, what is collagen produced by? The thyroid gland, connective tissue, which is all regulated by calcium in the blood. This thyroid, parathyroid, this is a glandular problem due to acidosis. Acidosis. You must alkaline the body. The only way to alkaline the body is by eating alkaline foods. That's it. And and cooked foods is not alkaline food. I don't care if it's cooked chickpeas. I don't care if it's cooked spelt. I don't care if it's cooked spinach. If it's cooked, it's not alkaline. It's contrary to everybody's popular belief. Okay. It says, we are really concerned with her liver. Please, any guidance to help regenerate the liver. We can do that with no problem and get rid of all these diseases before they begin severely affecting other organs as well. Not sure if you need to know about my family history. Only her sister had lung cancer and passed away 2 years ago. Sorry to hear that. The only family we have left is here. Thank you in advance, sincerely. Okay, so this is a woman. Peace, goddess. How you doing? So look, the first thing you need to do is hydrate that body. Stop eating all meat. Stop eating all uric acid, carbonic acid, phytic acid, lactic acid. If it produces an acid, it shouldn't go inside of her body. Only acid that's supposed to be activated going in her body is her hydrochloric acid and the pepsinogen that's in her stomach sac when she's eating fruits. That should be the only acids that's going on in her body. All right. Not only that, change her to an all fruit diet and hydrate her. Put her on at least 8 glasses of juices a day. 8 glasses, 64 ounces to a gallon of raw juices a day. Buy a juicer and juice. While you juicing, you need to get my geogenetic therapeutic package level 3. And the reason why is because we're going to go and we're going to do an intracellular cleanse and an intracellular rinse. Plus, we're going to revitalize and regenerate the cells simultaneously at the same time. Watch as you hydrate her before you even get her herbs. You're going to see very promising movements. You're going to see she's able to move again. Her facial expressions ain't going to be stuck due to calcium no more. Her lips is going to be watery. Her salivary glands is going to start producing amylase, start producing trypsin and stuff like that again. Her fingers would unbind themselves because you're giving life back to the body, which is water, and water is nothing but life. It's light. It's all the same thing. She just losing her light. Her life is literally seeping from her body because the acids is depriving her cells of oxygen and it's binding up that glucose factor and all that mucus chemistry, and it's crystallizing uric acid in the body, which is causing her severe pain. And we got to go after that thyroid. And that's the reason why I suggest you get the Geogenetic 3 because the package 3 comes with the endocrine system, the essential glandular kit. It comes with the kidney and adrenal. The level 3 is all the herbs combined and put together in a systematic package approach, and it lasts you 3 months. So I really think that you should get the Geogenetic 3. I'm not going to even offer you to get anything else because this is a very serious issue, and hydrate that body. And if you listening to this right now, sister, start right now. Stop, throw away anything that's in her refrigerator that's causing these problems, because what's causing these problems is what she's putting in her mouth. If y'all got any questions so far for this case that we just went over, y'all can ask them right now. And if not, we're going to move on to the next question. How do you buy a consultation? You buy a consultation by going to www.yakiawaken.com, click on herbal store, and then click on consultations, and then you'll be either talking to my boy Is, or you'll be talking to the wife Kawa. And then if you get the portal, you're gonna be talking to Ania. If you get hooked up with the herbal portal and you purchase a package. I don't do consultations no more. I'm just extremely busy. I'm getting classes. I'm traveling. I actually got to be out of town in the morning, y'all. So, I'm extremely busy. So I don't do consultations no more. I trained them up to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're very good at their job. So that's how you book a consultation. All right, let's see. Is Avion Water Alkaline Approved? Yes, it is. Where can you find seedless grapes? Kenya Green Jackson, we don't want seedless grapes, we want seeded grapes. So I think you meant to say that. I'm in St. Louis. I stay in St. Louis, Missouri. We find ours at Snooks. You can find them at Snooks. What about pineapple? Can she eat that? I'm glad you asked that. I wouldn't eat pineapples at all because they're a little overly acidic. They're very, very astringent, but it burns too, and she's already burning enough. The highest I'll go on acidic fruits, or what we call citric fruits, would be lemon and key limes. That's the highest I go. I'm glad you asked that, double A. That's a good question. So I wouldn't even do pineapple. I'm glad you said that. I would not do pineapple for this particular case. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Okay, why does vegetables slow down the healing? Because vegetables are full of phytic acid. Vegetables are more of rebuilders. That's where most of your minerals and things that's where you build at. Vegetables are not cleansers at all. In order to even, because the heavy cellulose that's in the cellular structure and the molecular structure of the vegetables, that's the reason why when we take, because herbs are vegetables, but notice in order for you to even get the healing constituents and the healing modalities out of the herbs, you have to break through the cellulose. You got to cook them, boil them, put them in alcohol, make them out of tinctures. You got to grind them up, put them in capsules, etc., because they're so tough to break down and digest. That's how you know that we're not herbivores. We're really frugivores in nature. We're not omnivores. We damn sure no carnivores, and we're not herbivores either. Herbs are for the healing of the nature of the nations, because when you break through them, the purgative factors and the electrolytes and electricity and the minerals of the herbs, it helps you cleanse, and it's a purgatory effect. It purges you. But what heals you is fruits. The body heals itself, especially when it's hydrated, and fruits are your best hydronators. Herbs dry you out. That's the reason why Dr. Sebi told you to drink a gallon of water a day on the herbs, and I tell you to drink 64 ounces to a gallon of juice a day, because the herbs is the more potent and powerful they is, the more it's going to purge you, and the more water is going to leave your body. You be pooping out. You have diarrhea. You pooping 16 times a day on my herbs. You shitting out nothing but water, liquids, and mucus. You're gonna be very, very dry and dehydrated. So you have to compensate. You're gonna have to compensate that. You're gonna have to with water or with H3O2. So the reason why I say vegetables slow down healing, because when we see people cleansing too fast or feel like they dying because their healing crisis is too heavy for them to deal with, once we put them on vegetables, it slows the healing down, because the acids that's inside the vegetables, the mineral content that's inside the vegetables, and the slow absorption and breaking down rate that's inside the vegetables. So vegetables are rebuilders, and vegetables are slow absorbers, and they slow digesters, which means they will slow down the elimination process of the body when the body is trying to eliminate toxic waste, toxemia, and metabolic waste and acids and mucus outside the body. So scientifically, vegetables will slow down your healing. I hope I answered that right. Okay. All right, that's enough. Let's move on to the next one. Let's try to get through some of these. All right. This is question number 2. It says, I know this might sound crazy, but I have herpes. All right, what is herpes? Give me the worm, y'all. Let's see who been learning. Give me the worm. Who been learning? What is herpes? Give me the parasite. It starts with an H. I'll give y'all a clue. It starts with an H. Yes, we frugivores. Give me the worm. We dealing with HSV. So we already know he have a parasitical infection, but what parasite are we dealing with? That's right. Jugging, little Jugging. That's right. Justin Young. That's right. Nina Devine. That's right. We're dealing with a hemith worm. That's right. Tay Morris. That's right. Jeremy Warner. That's right. Adrian. That's right. Okay, y'all own it. That's right. Jamal. I want y'all to welcome Jamal to the team. Jamal Jackson. I want y'all to welcome him to the Yaki Awaken team. He most definitely in training right now. He's going to be helping out on the chat. And y'all training him right now. So welcome Jamal Jackson to the team, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all welcome him to the team. He's a very, very, very fast learner. Where y'all biz at it? Is Yisrael up in here? Y'all, I want y'all to welcome him to the Yaki Awaken team as well. We're building the team. We're most definitely expanding. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Okay. All right. So it says, I know this might sound crazy, but I have herpes and a entity attached. Look, I told y'all, look, y'all think I'm playing. So he must be woke and he must feel his body. So whoever this is, I don't know if it's a male or a female, but they feel they interdimensional bodies because he automatically noticed the demonic entity that's attached with the hemith worm, herpes, that's inside of his body that's messing with his DNA. Peep what he just said, y'all. This is deep, y'all. Peep this. Let me read this slow. It says, I know this might sound crazy, but I have herpes and a entity attachment, possessed spirit leached onto me, and voices in my head 24/7. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Showing you that he is so woke and he is so familiar with his body that he actually understands and know that these parasites are speaking to him. These parasites saying, eat that meat, eat these fatty acids, eat all these things, be lustful. He recognizes that. So look, the hardest part of this problem is already done. Oh, he's powerful. If you're a brother, you very powerful. I hope you know that. It says, this have been draining my energy every day and my chakras are under attack. You must have been watching the videos. You know exactly what's going on. And my chakras are under attack. Yes, they are. The glandular highway is under attack. I have been eating fruits like crazy to heal, but I know I need herbs and I need the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1 to push the process. The entity attachment / spirit tries to make me hurt and give me suicidal thoughts and try to make me kill myself every day because of my Kundalini energy won't rise fast enough to vibe high, and plus the herpes have been weighing my energy down. So if you really want to get that Kundalini energy, or what we're going to call, let's just call it the rising charisma, or because they hate the word Kundalini. They say it's attached to demons. So let's give it another word. Let's call it being baptized by the Holy Spirit, fire, or being baptized by the Holy Spirit. If you really want to rise that, you see, this is the spinal column right here. And these are the 33 vertebrae, how Christ died at 33 and he was crucified at 33. And then he resurrected out of his sepulcher because the pineal gland opened up. If you want to get that charisma, or what you call cerebral spinal fluid, the charisma or the Kundalini energy, whatever y'all want to call it, in order to truly awaken that and get that up that spinal cord for it to actually be crucified, the lower nature can be crucified, or you can sacrifice and die daily to your lower animalistic beastly nature, or what you call Saturn. You see that? In order to make that happen, you have to abstain from sex. Don't be having no sexual contact, and don't be jacking off or masturbating. The longer and longer you save that sexual energy, that chrism or that Christos, or what we call the Christ, will rise and it will walk to Calvary or walk to Jerusalem, and it will be crucified at the 33 degree vertebrae. And that way you can awaken that energy and awaken the tree of life. You see that? Which is called the pineal gland, for you can see God face to face. So you have to abstain from sex or masturbation. Usually if you got parasites, because when I had them, I was masturbating like crazy. I was addicted to masturbation. And once I got rid of my parasites through my detox, I wasn't masturbating like that at all. So it showed me that the parasites is what was causing me to watch pornography and to jack off like that. So most definitely you're going to need the geogenetic level 1. Just hold off on the masturbation, and then you need to do some breath work. Make sure when you wake up in the morning, you're sitting in your lotus posture, you aligning the spinal column. Make sure you're aligning L5, make sure you're aligning L4, make sure you're aligning L1 of the back, and you're getting that right breathing in. When you're sitting like that, make sure you breathe in through your nasal passage like this. And when you're breathing in, expand your diaphragm. Try to expand your lungs as full as possible. It's called a complete breath. So you hold it, and then when you exhale, and you crunch, you get in a fetus position when you exhale, and to get all of that carbon dioxide out of your body. That is a complete breath cycle. Try to get your breaths down to 28 breaths, complete breaths per minute, and that'll bring all of that prana and all of that Holy Spirit, that Holy Ghost, or what we call neshama, the breath, the air, into the body, and it will alkaline the body. And look, these parasites hate breathing. They hate breath work. They leave because you're alkalining all the acids that's in the body. You're bringing in the electrolytes by way of the air, and they hate that. So they'll start leaving that way as well. And it'll bring you in good thoughts, because you get to heal that thyroid and that parathyroid glands. You need to get out in that sun too. And you need to convert that cholesterol into vitamin D3 and vitamin D12. because that caused a lot of the suicidal thoughts as well. So if you really want to awaken that energy and you want to align these 7 churches and you want to actually open up these chakras and get them activated in a positive way, I suggest you do it that way: fasting, prayer, meditations. Make sure you're doing affirmations. I am God. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise. I am health. You see that? I am this, I am that. And these I ams, make sure you mean it. Look at yourself in the mirror and establish who you are and establish your purpose. And you will notice not only will the entities go away, now you will have to, you will open up the meridian pathway enough to start taking these herbs to get rid of these parasites, or what we're going to call demons. It says, I know I sound crazy. You don't sound crazy at all. You sound exact. You sound like a brother that know their body, that know their vehicle. It says, I know this sound crazy, but I didn't want to lie. I can barely function with the spirit voices in my head. It has been going on for 6 months. I don't want to go to the hospital and be treated and labeled as schizophrenic. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to label you as schizophrenic. They're going to call you crazy. They're going to say that you out of your mind, but you not. You're not out of your mind. You know exactly what's going on with your body more than anybody else, because it's your vehicle, it's your avatar. Don't let these people have you thinking you crazy. So look, make sure you alkaline the body. Make sure you hydrate yourself. Make sure you do the proper breath work, and just make sure you own the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1 to expedite this process. If you can't afford that, get the parasite elimination kit and get you a gang of 3 bitters. And if you need to learn how to breathe, I will personally just do a video and post it up for you when I get back in town, so you can follow me through the breath work to really alkaline that body and to get rid of these parasites or these demons. And that's what you gonna need. That's what you gonna need. But if I was you, I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't go either, because they're gonna try to put you on Xanax, Prozac, and all types of things that's gonna really give you suicidal thoughts, and it's gonna be worse than what you doing before. But you just need to kill them parasites, and you most definitely need to raise that energy, like you said. And I'm just so happy and proud of you that you know you need to raise your energy. You know, and a lot of people gonna demonize you for saying Kundalini, but look, I know exactly what you mean. You do need to raise that energy. You need to kill them serpents, and you need to raise that entity that's within you, and that's the true you. That's the awareness, and it's all in the Christos or the chrism, or what you call the Christ oil, or the holy oil that smears on your face when you're a holy priest. And you need to get that up the vertebrae through the 33-degree vertebrae, for it can crucify itself to resurrect itself at the hypo or the hypothalamus gland. You know what you're talking about. Straight up. Peace, God. Straight up. Peace, God. All right, if y'all got any questions so far for this particular case, y'all can ask now. Y'all can ask now. 100 conscious breaths a day keeps the pain away always. That's right. Who said that? That's right. Uncle Daz spread love. That's right. That's right. I love it, man. See, look, the following I got now is just so conscious. I love y'all. Like, y'all like be thinking on my level with this. Like, you can tell we expanding together. We one conscious, different bodies, but one awareness, one conscious, and you can feel it, man. I'm connected to all of y'all. I see y'all in y'all dreams tonight. Straight up. Y'all got. I'm gonna do a breathwork video. I got y'all. I'm gonna do one. It ain't gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna be on the plane, but I will do one and have it up. I try to have it up by the end of the week. Okay, I don't see no question. I see one question. What do you recommend eating or the diet while you have herpes? An all fruit diet. I recommend an all fruit diet. An all fruit diet. What herbs are good for mental health? Goku berry, ginkgo berry, gotu berry, GOTU, I believe, berries, ginkgo berries, blue verivane, berries, oxygenators. You need the more oxygen and sunlight you get to the brain and to the eyes and the retinas to stimulate the optic lobe. That's and converting that cholesterol to vitamin D3 and D12. Being in the sun and eating berries is what will have you feeling good and get rid of the schizophrenia, get rid of depression and all of that. You need the sun. You need the sun. Distilled water is good for you when you're cleansing. Distilled water is not good for you when you're just trying to live a healthy life. But when you cleansing, distilled water is good for you because it don't have all the corrosion minerals that come from the spring, and it goes through the osmosis thing and, you know, all of that. So I say distilled water when you cleansing, to use to wipe your utensils with, to use to take your baths and stuff with. But I wouldn't go too far with the distilled water. I don't like water, period. I like juice water. Like, this is my water, which is Fruit juices, H3O2. I don't like H2O that much. I drink it when necessary or when I need it, or if I'm not around or the wives are not around to make my juice for me. But other than that, I'm a juice freak. Like, I'm a juice head, man. I'm a juice head. You know, you got crackheads, junk heads. I'm a juice head. I juice. And particularly apple juice. I love apple juice. And it's way more hydrating than H2O. H3O2 is way more hydrating than spring water, distilled water, well water, or anything. Straight up. And I'm just going to keep it honest with you. All right. Yes, distilled water for making your herbal teas. Use distilled water to make all your stuff with. And use it to bathe with. But once you're done healing, graduate from distilled water to spring water. Then once you graduate from spring water, welcome to heaven. Get on them fruit juices, the H3O2. That's the heavenly water, straight up. And it comes from the tree of life. And that's the tree that bear a different manner of fruit every month. And that's these fruits, the fruits of the spirit. The spirit is breath. The fruits that have the most oxygen in it. That is the living waters that floweth forth, the eternal waters that spring forth from the tree of life in the midst of the garden in Revelation chapter 21 and 22. Fruits is the food of the angels. This is your manna that fall from the heavens. All right, we finna move on to the next question, y'all. Okay, next question. And matter of fact, I think that's enough question. I'm finna open up the phone lines. Y'all want me to open up the phone lines right now? What y'all want to do? Y'all want me to open up the phone lines and get to these questions next week? Type in some nines if y'all want me to open up the phone lines. We open up the phone lines and I'll holler at y'all for a second. Type in some nines and we get these phone lines popping. You don't have dreams because your brain is full of mucus. And you sleeping around too much technology. EMF frequencies messing up your astral body. Messing with your REM sleep. That's why you ain't dreaming. Put your phone in the other room. Unplug the TV. Unplug the computer. Make sure that you not eating after 4 o'clock. You need to allow your body 5 hours of being free from any dense solid foods. Make sure you in a water state. How you calling me? I ain't even opened up the phone lines yet, and you already calling. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you dream. Let me turn these phone lines on properly. Hold on, y'all. All right, give me a call, 708-831-2335, 708-831-2335, 708-831-2335. Let's get it. I got a few questions, y'all, and then I got a pack. I'm going to answer a few questions. Peace, love, light, and healing. Speak your name, speak your peace. Peace.
So peace, God.
Peace, God. Yep, how you feeling? I can hear you well. Hold on, let's do a test and make sure everybody else can hear you. Can everybody? What's your name, brother?
Joshua Ford.
Peace, Joshua. Where you from, Joshua?
Yeah, I'm out in New York. New York currently.
Okay, you
I'm
out in New York.
Yeah,
Joshua, what's up, Josh?
What's up, brother? Yeah, I've been trying to connect with you.
Yeah, we post. You ain't heard back from Nabi. Nabi supposed to be calling everybody this Friday. He gonna be giving you a call this Friday. But look, Nabi speak very, very, very highly of you, brother. Very highly of you. What's going on with you, Josh? Holla at me.
Yeah, nothing much, man. Yeah, I'm calling because I really want to work for you. Like I said, I'm young, so I don't have much to I would say build with because I'm not fully set up yet. But to work with you and learn, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, no, we gonna work something out. Nabi, hey, make sure you hit up Joshua. Nabi is actually in the chat. Make sure you hit up Joshua Nabi Friday for we can holler at him and get him on and going. And he told me that I need to hit you up too. I just been super busy traveling. I've been super busy, brother. But we got you though. You got our word. We most definitely gonna contact you and get you in.
But yeah, while I'm on here, I do have some questions.
Go ahead, brother. Shoot.
Yeah. All right, pulling it up right now. All right, cool. So we know about how Yahusha didn't eat meat, right?
Yeah,
so,
facts. Yeah.
So I learned that through you from the Gospel of the Holy 12 and the Gospel of the Nazarenes.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I'm really like diving deep into the rabbit hole. So now I'm trying to balance the fact of how, you know, we are gods, but also realizing, um, how do I say this? Pretty much how, my fault. Sorry for.
No, take your time.
for the,
So, but the first question is, you trying to realize, or coming to the realization that we are actually gods?
Right. Yeah. It's that, and then it's also the fact. Now I got it. It's the fact how I'm learning how, you know, in the Bible it'll say how God is just strictly a man, but we see the difference of how it is in the lost books, which is obviously done on purpose.
Yeah, the father, mother, the mother, father, the male and female principle. It's in the Bible too. You just gotta learn how to read Hebrew. If you learn how to read Hebrew properly and you read that word Yahweh, Yahweh, or Yahuwah, if you look at it, you know it's Yod, Hey, Wav, Hey, and that Yod is masculine. It's a masculine entity. That Hey is feminine. That Wav is masculine, that Hey is feminine. So even the name of Yahweh is created with male and female principles, or created with holistic principles. You cannot be holistic or be organic in nature without male or female. It's impossible. So, and it's in the language. It's just, you got a lot of Hebrews that are very masculine due to, you know, the white oppressors and what they was doing. Like, I mean, we talking about a people that named the sacred hole of the black woman vagina, and vagina come from the word foreigner, which means false hole. And the reason why they call the vagina the false hole, if you look up the etymology for the word vagina, because they thought the only real hole was a man's asshole, because a lot of them was homosexuals by nature, you know, and they liked, and that's why when they marry, you have something called the best man. If you track that down in Greek and in Latin, the best man was actually the Caucasian or the cave man boyfriend. And the only reason why he married the woman and put his phallus in her false hole is to procreate, for he can keep his lineage going. But other than that, he was not sexually attracted to her whatsoever. So even if you look up the Greek words and how they word things, it'll blow y'all mind. So you got to remember that the book was putting in all of our enemies' hands, and especially in their hands. So that's why it's so patriarchal, and you don't really see the matriarch of it. But when you start reading in the lost books and you get into the Gospel of Nazarene, it gives the black woman her due diligence. It give her her honor, and it give her her praise, just like in the Bible in Proverbs 31. You know, I mean, and what we're gonna have to realize is, if the black man is God, that will make the black woman goddess. I know that hurts a lot of Hebrews, but that's the truth, because if we are made in the image, in the likeness of the Creator, then and the woman was made in the image and likeness of us. If that's what we want to say, if we follow in the Bible that say that the man came first and then the woman came second, you see that if we're going to follow that analogy and we call ourselves God, then that makes the woman a goddess as well. If we're going to follow that analogy, I believe yin and yang have always existed at the same time. That's my belief. I don't believe that one came first and the other came second. I believe that they always exist, just like the mind have always existed, just like Yahweh have always existed. And these things are made of female and male principles. So everybody can sit around and say the woman was made first, the man was made first. Which one came first, the chicken or the eggs? I believe in duality everlasting. I don't believe there's a beginning and an end to our entities. I believe that the male father principle and the feminine mother principle have always existed and forever will be.
Right. That's that balance.
Yeah, and that's the balance. And that's just what it is. So I ain't with the masculine and feminine and all of that. No, when we work together as one, we are God. And when we are separated, we are in danger. We are in danger of hellfire, or what you call a acidic lifestyle.
Right. And facts. And I've been realizing that. That's why I've been just putting that mindset away and shutting that off. That's why I said I've been going down that rabbit hole to realize like, yeah, like this is the way to go, of realizing it's deeper than just, oh, God is a man and that's it. And this is where a lot of people get stuck at. We accept that instead of diving deeper and shut it off and animalistic nature. Yeah, and it allows men to be animals. It allowed them to be rulers of their household with an iron fist.
It allowed them to have that stupid ideology like the black woman ain't shit or she ain't powerful when they're smarter than us. They're very right brained. They're right hemisphere, parietal, frontal lobe brained. Like if you look, this is how smart the black woman is compared to the black man. And this is just scientific anatomy database. And I'm not using this to tell the black woman to absorb authority over her man, because if you do that, you will lose your rights and your power because you're supposed to be in balance. You are not our weaker vessel. You are our opposite strength. It takes 29 years for a frontal lobe of a man brain to fully develop. It only takes 21 years for a woman frontal lobe to develop. The frontal lobe is your spirituality. The frontal lobe is most of your creativity. The frontal lobe is what keeps you connected with your dimple antennas, that keep you connected to the cosmos, and that keeps you connected to God. Literally 8 years before our frontal lobe fully develop and make us a fully grown person. That's why Christ, he started his journey at 30. You see that if you get into any of the religions, all of them start their yogi or they start their mastery of self at the age of 30. And the reason why it is because the man brain, his frontal lobe, which develop his spiritual personality, is fully developed at the age of 29. Well, the woman, the black woman frontal lobe is fully developed at 21 years old, showing you that she's already instinctively created by nature, more mature than us. And that's the reason why when you read the Bible, it created her to be a help meet. Well, if Adam had it all figured out, then he needed a help meet. You see what I'm saying? The help meet actually come in to assist him because she had bits and pieces to reality or to this puzzle that his ass didn't have. So it depends on the observer and our perspective and how we look at things. And I just think a lot of Hebrews are brainwashed by teachers and brainwashed by their narcissistic ways, and it makes them blind to certain facts that's actually in the Bible. That's what I think. But Zion Lex got a good book called Matriarchs of the Covenant. You should get that. It's by Zion Lex, and he explained that real well. Divine Prospect, he explains that real well as well. There's a few Hebrews that's actually woke and actually get it, but most of them, man, they just don't. And you know, we've been robbed and beat and spoiled all of our life. So the moment that we get a piece of freedom and power, you know, you give a nigga an inch, he gonna take a mile. So that's what Hebrews and brothers are doing. And we just ruling our household, treating the women like she ain't nothing, and just, you know what I'm saying, because we've been beaten all of our lives. So now we taking that traumatic experiences out on the black woman. And vice versa. And this just not beating on men. The women do the same thing with the black man. I mean, these are just the facts.
Facts. Yeah, I'm gonna check that book out.
Yeah, check that book out. It's called Matriarchs of the Covenant by he called himself Abdi. His pen name is Abdi El Ben Levi. Abdi El Ben Levi. But if you want to catch it and you want to talk to him, just go to him on Facebook under Zion Lex and ask him to send you a link to the book and check that book out. He's super dope. That's a good brother of mine.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely will.
All right, brother.
Stop making
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, stop. We gotta stop making excuses.
Yeah, we do.
This animalism.
We do, brother. I agree. All right, brother. I'm gonna make sure hit you up Friday. We're gonna talk with you. All right.
Yeah, I know other people got to get on. My apologies.
It's all good, brother. All right, peace, love, and light, healing, love, bro. Peace, God. You are God, man. You're created in a reflection of the universal creator in nature, man. That's what makes you God, man.
Thank you, brother. You too.
Peace, brother. God. Peace. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. Speak your name, speak your peace.
Hey, man, what's going on? Antonio Perez.
What's up with it, my brother? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Man, what's the deal?
Man, how you feeling? You still hot from the seminar, boy? I'm still hot from the seminar, man.
Man, you already know, man, I've just been all over the map right now and getting into this little truck driving stuff. So I'm for sure. I'm definitely coming.
Oh, praise.
That's on my calendar. I'm gonna make it to the one that as soon as I possibly can. I'm gonna be there with the whole fam and everything.
Oh, praise. What's up? Talk to you, brother. What's up, God?
Man, I'm just reaching out. I just wanted to, get in contact with you. Let it be known that I'm still here. I'm still moving and grooving, doing my thing. Man, I'm just so grateful for you and the wives, man. My 18-month-old is finally on his geogenetic package.
Praises.
His little what is it? His eczema, man. That junk got so bad that he's already a week in on the packaging. He's just He's doing amazing, bro.
All
Like,
praises. You got him on all fruit?
all fruit, man. He's transitioning to all raw too, man. He's been in all fruit his whole life. I mean, ever since I got in contact with y'all, man, he's been blessed because I ain't put him on nothing. He's been on all fruit his whole life. A little bit of vegetables. I mean, I cooked a little bit of alkaline dishes, but ever since the last video with you talking about all that, and the wife Anaya letting me know she wanted me to transition him over to fully raw. That's the route we going right now for him. So
all praises. All
yeah,
praises.
he doing amazing, man.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. All praises, man. Hallelujah, man. I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for the little God, man. Straight up.
Man, I know it's crazy, dude. Like, this whole journey, man. I really want to let everybody know online too how how you always talk about the environment and how important it is. Like, when I started my journey with you guys, I was in Arizona, and just the whole transition for me and my family was amazing. Like, I don't know if you remember, but I'm the one that had that little 6-headed monster parasite that came out of me.
I remember that, brother. I remember. Look, that's when we got close. After I seen that, I said, "Oh, brother, own it. He owned it." Now I remember that.
Yeah. So I mean, ever since that day, man, like, everything changed. Like, and I just want everybody to know.
Hold on. Let's slow down what you just said. When that 6-headed monster parasite came up out of you, what you say? Everything changed.
Everything, mentally, physically, psychologically, spiritually, like, everything changed. Like, my relationship with my wife, I just elevated to a whole nother dimension, bro.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You got rid of them demons, brother. That's what you did. You got rid of them worms, man. You got rid of them demons.
Man, it was deep. I just couldn't even believe how deep it was, and how that alone was just holding me back from reaching that next level. But I say that to say that all happened in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went back to Michigan, you know what I mean? I'm transparent, just like you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with everyone. When I went back to Michigan, things went backwards. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I couldn't understand why, but all I kept thinking about was the environment. The environment. Like, I was in such a peaceful state of mind in Arizona. I had the sun. They had really good organic fruits out there. And I went back to Michigan. It was less sun. The toxic environment that I was in because of the way I grew up, and you know what I mean, in Pontiac and stuff, and my family and all that, like, just everything was different. Man, I ran out of Michigan and went down to Tampa so quick when I realized, like, how it was starting to pull me back into that old type of lifestyle. And I'm like, man, I can't do this.
Y'all see that? So look, y'all, he got rid of his parasite. It was a 6-wormed, ugly thing that came out of his body. It changed his whole life. But he ended up changing his environment, and he moved to Michigan. But when he went to Michigan, the thing started manifesting back inside of him. So then he went to Tampa, which is one of your most tropical places in the USA. I know we got Hawaii and stuff like that, but I'm talking about like straight in Puerto Rico, but I'm talking about strictly USA. Florida is one of your most tropical places. So then he went to Tampa, Florida to get his life back on track, showing you that the environmental geographical location where you at when you trying to heal is very critical and crucial for the body. And we are tropical people by nature, so the closest you can imitate or emulate the tropics while healing and just living in the tropics, it'll keep your body in a state of homeostasis, because geographical genetics really exist. And that's why we call our herbal package geogenetics, because we're using tropical and African herbs to heal our people. So geogenetic therapeutic package, herbal package, is the reason why we named it that, because we coined the frame geographical genetics. So everything you're saying is most definitely true, brother.
Man, most definitely.
So you got anything else to say before we get off the phone? They blowing up the line, brother. They blowing us up.
Yeah. I don't want to take up too much time. I just I did want to let you know too, man. I'm in process of I'm in contact with some people in Arizona, the northern part of Arizona, and I'm actually in process of going out there to look at some land, man. Some really good land for cheap too, and it's got a water aquifer under it.
Yeah, hey,
you could
that
tag.
Arizona land is very alkaline. But brother Kobe, you know what I'm saying? When he was out there, man, he ended up getting a hold of some people that had some alkaline land out there. So look, when you go out there, let me know if you go out there. If it's any time after next month, I'll go with you to check it out.
You know what? I just got word back from from the dude I was in contact with. They plowing all the roads, building up the roads to make the routes. He said around September 15th. I'm gonna be out there in October, so I'm gonna give him a little extra time, make sure everything is good and ready to go. He gonna keep in contact with me. I'm gonna be out there in October for sure. I got it set up to be out there the first week of October.
Okay. So make sure you hit me up and give me all the info if I can come out there.
I got you.
All right, brother. Peace, love, light, and healing, God.
Hey, peace, love, light, and healing.
Peace, God. Peace. That's beautiful. Yeah, man. Ania, you still got that 6-headed monster that came out of Brother Antonio? I need that picture if I can show the people. It was a dragon that came out of that deal. I'm telling you, like, it's showing you the entities that's really living inside of us, and that's right, John. Memphis is most definitely toxic than a mug.
Call from Lisa. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept,
peace, Lisa. Can you hear me? Peace, Lisa. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Peace, love, light, and healing, Queen. How you doing, goddess?
I can hear you now, King. I'm doing okay.
What's going on with you? Talk to us.
So I had a question about, like, what do you do about swollen saliva glands?
Okay, salivary glances. So your salivary glances is part of your exocrine system because they excrete alkaline enzymes like called amylase and trypsin, but it's also a part of your lymphatic system as well, because the lymphatic system is the great alkaliner of the body. If they're swollen, that means the lymph nodes are swollen inside of the body, and what's going on with you is that you're backed up systemically with acids, and that's the reason why the lymphatic system is swollen. So in order to truly get the salivary glances down or the lymph nodes down, you can do a group of things, and let me show you. Hold on. You watching me while you talking, right?
Well, I paused the video so I can listen.
Okay, well, you can go. I'm finna show you, and then what you can do is you can just go back and look at what I'm finna show you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so this is the lymphatic system. Let me lift my camera up a little bit. All right, so what we dealing with, this is the lymphatic system. When we dealing with the lymphatic system, she is saying her salivary or saliva glances are swollen, and these are the lymph nodes that's right up under the chin and inside the backbone of the chin, inside the cheekbones. So if she's backed up here and she's got swelling up here, inflammation up here, then you're backed up inside of your gut and mostly in your transverse colon. So you will have to relieve and cleanse the transverse colon to alleviate all of that mucus and all that stagnated lymph, or what we would call the interstitial fluid of the cells, to actually relieve the lymph nodes. And it's also showing me that you don't have enough bacteria inside your body. Have you been on a lot of antibiotics out of your life?
No, I've been actually taking a lot of probiotics lately.
Which is the same thing. So it's the same thing. So the only probiotics come from natural fruits and vegetables. So that's what's going on. So the probiotics is throwing off the microbiome inside of your lymph nodes. Remember, I was showing you the lymph nodes earlier, and inside these lymph nodes is where all the biofilm bacteria and the lactobacillus bacteria is at. And these lymph nodes is actually what eats all of the what eats all of the acids and the mucus that is causing the body harm. Well, if you're taking too much probiotics, it is overriding the bacteria. If you're taking antibiotics, it is killing the bacteria, and it's not giving the balance inside of the lymph nodes. So the reason why the lymph nodes is full, because you don't have any bacteria there to eat away the acids. So what happens is the itis, is the inflammation is going to set in. So the best way to get that out, since it's right there, is the 3 bitters. You don't need to go too heavy on nothing. I will focus on kidney filtration. So if I was you, I get the 3 bitters with my intercellular clean off the website. And then before you get the herbs, just do an all fruit diet for a few days. On your all fruit diet, make sure you taking hot and cold showers in one setting. So when you get in, make sure it's hot, and then between showers and washing and wiping, make sure you turn it cold and hot again. Also, go to Walgreens or go to CVS or Walmart and get you a skin brush and start doing lymphatic brushes and start brushing your skin towards your kidneys. Don't brush towards your heart, always brush towards your kidneys. And you need to start doing jumping jacks or walking or running. That way you can move that lymph. And then I want you to do one more thing. I want you to take 2 of your fingers, start off with your index finger, and you're going to do clockwise. You're going to take the salivary glands, and you just going to move them clockwise. And you're going to do it with it's enough pressure, but you don't want to pop them. A lot of people break them because they put too much pressure on them. And you just going to go clockwise. And you're going to do that probably every 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And just do it do it until you feel good. And you will notice that they will go down. But the whole thing is, just because the lymph nodes and just because the glands go down, that doesn't mean that the kidney is still filtrating. You got millions of miles of lymph vessels. So that just means that it went somewhere else. The whole key is to solve the root that's causing this problem. And this is a systemic acidosis problem, because you're eating the wrong foods, or you change your diet and now the body is trying to cleanse itself and it's pushing all of the stuff to the lymph nodes, and you don't have the bacteria there to chew away the acids. It's either or, but it's all the same thing. So to get them out of the body, you have to get your adrenal glands back online, and you have to turn them kidneys on for you can start filtrating all that metabolic waste that's built up in the lymph nodes. So I say go 3 bitter crazy, to be honest with you. 3 bitters, and get you my adrenal gland, the kidney and adrenal kit, or just get the intercellular cleanse kit and bundle off the website to open up them kidneys where you can start filtrating that lymphatic system. And an all fruit diet though, while you on there. And if you really want to hit it hard and fast, go high in grapes. High in grapes.
Okay, thank you so much, King. I actually already ordered the 3 bitters.
Oh,
and
so
I
you
ordered the geogenetic level 3. I don't know why I ordered it.
You finna cleanse your whole entire body then. So you already on the right track. So while you on the geogenetic therapeutic package level 3, do an all raw diet and do it in fruits. If you start cleansing too fast, just slow it down with vegetables. But you got the package of the year then. So you finna cleanse everything, God, is you all good. So that's gonna go down. You're gonna see them. They might swell up though, because you finna start purging the body. And like I said, since you don't have any bacteria inside your lymph nodes, and you've been throwing off the balance with all the synthetic probiotics, you might see more swell up, but that's because you're filling them up for the bacteria can do its job when the 3 bitters put the bacteria back in the lymph nodes. So make sure you still do everything I said though, as far as the alternating hot and cold showers, the lymphatic skin brushing, the massages, the rebounding, jumping jacks, and all of that. You're gonna need that, because you finna put all that toxemia back into the bloodstream to kick it back into the lymphatic system to get it to the kidneys. And make sure every day you wake up, at least after a week of doing this, you start checking your urine to make sure that you're filtering. And make sure you be sending me all them pictures so I can check your urine out for you, let you know if you're filtering properly or not.
Okay, and how do I send the pictures to your email?
Yep, send it straight to the email, and it'll come to Ania. And if it's something that I need to look at, Ania, let me know. If it's something that's good, she'll just respond and say, "Good, you're doing a good job, Goddess, keep on." And if you got any questions, you can just ask her that through the email. If she feel like that it needs to be a phone call, she'll set up a phone call with you. If she feel like I need to get involved, then she'll set up a phone call where I'll be able to speak with you as well.
All right, thank you so much, King.
It's all good. Peace, love, light, and healing, Goddess. Peace. Peace.
Peace, Yaki. This is Andre. I called a couple of lives ago. I'm from the UK.
Hey, peace. I remember you. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good, brother.
Talk to me.
Yeah, man. So remember when I asked you if you would do a video about why you use certain foods that Dr. Sabi doesn't approve of, and you said, "Yeah, I made a video on Instagram."
Yeah, I did it on Instagram right after you asked me that.
Right. So, my in more detail is like could you break down like why you use celery, why you use sweet potato, all those kind of things? Because I feel it would be very beneficial for the Dr. Sebi community, and for me to know myself as well, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Dr. Sebi community, I'm cool with the Dr. Sebi community. It's just for real. Only people that's been backlashing me and starting stuff and calling me and jumping in is his son. That's the only person, but a lot of them been getting it, especially on my Instagram page. And for those that's on here that's not on my Instagram, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. It most definitely goes down on my IG page. But sweet potatoes have a lot of potassium monophosphate in them, have a lot of magnesium in them, and sweet potatoes is a very, very good root, and it's alkaline. It is not mucus forming long as it's in its ripened or baked state, but you can't take the temperatures too up. The whole thing with the Dr. Sebi chart and diet, to me, it is not his list, is cooking it. So everything that he said is alkaline, but the chickpeas and the quinoa is alkaline. When we test it and we send it to a laboratory and we check the ash that it leaves behind, it has the electrolyte, it has the calcium, it has the iron phosphate, and it has the magnesium and the things that need to be on it to actually identify it as an alkaline, right? The only thing is, once you put fire to the chemistry, you changes the molecular structure of the chemistry that was once alkaline, and you take it through its own acidic process before it goes into your stomach. So it's like you're double cooking the food, because you putting it in grease and you cooking it at high heat, which just changes the molecular structure, and already you're putting your own digestive enzymes on it before it even goes into your stomach, and you put your hydrochloric acid on it. So basically, when you cook your food, you're eating the leftovers that the oven or that the grease did to it, which make it not alkaline, because you're eating the ash that the food left behind in the food. You get what I'm saying? So you're changing the molecular structure of the food. Now, am I saying that it depletes all the electrolytes out of the food? I'll be a lie, because you can't destroy energy. Energy is only transferred. It will always exist. So you can't destroy energy, but you can dim the light. You can lessen the light and the electrolytes and the properties that's already in it when it's in its raw, natural form. The best way to eat a food is to look at how nature eats its food. Nature eats its food raw. It don't eat its food in grease. It don't eat its food in a frying pan. It don't put saute it and skillet fry it. It don't do none of that. It eat it raw, because one thing you do cook out of the food is something called biophotons. And biophotons, bio means living, photons mean particles of light. And these particles of light is what gives you your sensory senses. It's what gives you your mechanism to function and process your spirituality. It actually what gives you your gut instincts, your intuitiveness. It gives you all of that. So when you cook the food, you're cooking certain constituents and healing modalities out of the food that you cannot get unless you eat it raw. And these are just facts and proven, and you can look this stuff up. So the moment you put a fire to your food, you changes the chemistry of the food, and you change the alkalinity of the food. There is no such thing as cooked alkaline food. Now, there is a such thing as lesser dense electrolyte food, but who will want that when I can go straight to the course and get straight to the nature and straight to the point and the source and get all of the alkalinity that I need from the food in its raw alkaline state, the way that the universal creator created it and placed it in, and it was cooked by the sun naturally. Raw cooked, Samesh cooked food. It's already cooked. It's cooked by the sun. You since it's already cooked by the sun, you gonna take it and then you gonna put it in grease and cook it more. Then you put it inside of your stomach capsule that we call a stomach, and then you cook it more. About time it gets to you and your digestive enzymes that come from your pancreas and the biosalt that comes from your actual bile ducts, or what we're going to call the gallbladder that's created by the liver. Once the enzymes hit that, it ain't going to be able to take any nutrients from it, because you already cooked all the phytonutrients out of it from the first and second time you cooked it. It's going through too many different heat processes for you to get anything from it. I mean, it just is. So how can we call that alkaline? You're eating the ash of an ash of an ash. It just don't make sense to me.
So what are your thoughts on raw dehydrated foods then?
So I just spoke on raw dehydrated foods. That's very bad for you as well, because there's going to have to be a compensation. If you eat dehydrated foods, the body is so smart and intellectual. The DNA, the Akashic records, is going to try to put the information back in the food to turn it to what it was before you dehydrated it. So that's going to cause all the water to be sucked from up out of the cells. Now that's going to throw off your water, potassium monophosphate, and salt ratio. So now you're messing with the equilibrium of the cells. So now the cells gonna have to compensate, and then they're gonna take water back. Now you got odemia, you got lymphedema, you got nephritis. Now your kidneys are messed up, your adrenals offline, all because you wanted to play God and dehydrate the food when the food was already made with the right amount of liquid and H2O and H3O2 that it needed. So when you dehydrate the water out the food, when you eat the body is going to take the hydration out of your cells to turn that dehydrated food back into the holistic food that the Yahweh created it to be. Like an apple, dry apples, guess what your body going to do? It's going to turn it back into a whole apple. A dried raisin, guess what your body is going to do? It's going to suck all the water from the body and all the cells, and it's going to turn it back into a grape. A potato chip, whether we say it's a red roast potato or a sweet potato, right? Both are alkaline. One is Dr. Sabi alkaline, one is my alkaline. Both of them alkaline in my eyes. Guess what's going to happen with that potato chip? Since you dried it and you fried it and you baked all of the water out of the potato, because a potato is full of 93% water, the body is going to compensate and it's going to take water from the cells and turn that potato chip back into the regular potato. So now you're missing water from the cells, and now the cells lack dehydration. This is going to cause a mucosa membrane response. Now mucus is rushing to the area. Now mucus is covering the cells, and you never change your eating habits, or you never fast. So now the mucus actually crystallized. Now you're crystallizing phytic and carbonic acid. Now that deprived and sucked the oxygen out of cells. Now you got mutating cells, you got acidosis, you got fibromyalgia, you got lupus, and you got cancer.
I see.
The body, the thing is, we don't realize how intelligent and how smart our bodies are. So we try to play our bodies like it's stupid, and in the end we end up getting played.
So I live in Indonesia, and so I want to know your thoughts on jackfruit and durian.
I love jackfruit. Like for instance, he say jackfruit is acidic, but I've never seen acidic ash from jackfruit. I like jackfruit. I like jackfruit. And there's over 7 different types of jackfruits too. So, but I like it. I like breadfruit. I mean, I like it. And breadfruit and jackfruits is potentially a part of the same family. They're like third cousins or whatever. But I like jackfruit. According to the Sabian tradition, they think it's acidic, and I don't see how, because the findings and the laboratory findings of it says something opposite when I read the data. So and that's my whole thing with it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to speak against him, because I don't want no beef with his son. I love his son. His son got a particular beef with me, and I don't got no beef with him. But I think it's best because I'm always mentioning his father's name, and his father's dead and he can't defend himself. And I guess he wanted to defend himself for his father. And it's not that with me. People are asking me questions about Sabi, and I'm answering them. I don't just speak on Sabi name by myself unless I'm praising him. You see what I'm saying? The only time I ever say my own thoughts that are against his teachings is when somebody asks me. And I just want to put that there on the record. I'm not here poking the bear. I'm not here speaking bad about him nor his son. I love all of them. It's just if somebody asks me what I think, I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah, for sure. And what about durian?
So that's from what I'm hearing, as far as that, they saying that is a hybrided food that was caused by nature. I don't have enough research on that myself to actually solidify that or to speak on that. So I find myself closing my mouth and putting my hand over my mouth when I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna digress with that, and because I don't know, so I'm gonna put my hand over my mouth because I don't know. But what I heard though was it is a hybrid, but it was hybrided by Yahweh. It was hybrided by nature, and when it's hybrided by nature, then it's still technically alkaline. But I don't know, so I don't want to speak on it.
Okay, the reason why I asked is because I love these fruits, and when I eat them, I feel good. So I don't feel like there's anything that's doing injustice to my body,
Yeah, so and you got to always go with your body. And real quick, Mute Testament, I want to speak on what you just said. That was powerful, my brother. The jackfruit has been known to be acidic when it's not ripe. And I want to speak on that because that's a powerful statement you just made. All fruits is known to be acidic when it's not ripe because it's in a nitrous state. And the nitrous state is what makes it ripe. Is what makes it ripen. So in the nitrous state, that's when things are growing and fully developing. Just like a woman that's going into maturity, she's her body is full of nitrates, and her body is full of estrogen and estrogen. She can grow her hips, she can grow her pelvis can expand, her breast can get enlarged, for she can get ready to have a baby. She's very acidic at that point in time. A male that's going through puberty, that's finally starting to get hair on his penis and up under his armpit, and his voice box is changing. He is full of nitric and nitrate acid. And the reason why he's in this nitrogen state, or nitrogen just means protein or polypeptide state, is because they're growing to become ripened. Then at their ripened age, they become alkaline. So I'm glad you just said that any fruit that's not ripened is actually in an acidic state because it's full of nitrates, and nitrates is an acidic medium. It's called nitrogen or hydrogen. These things burn like hell. So I'm glad you said that. Powerful and true statement. Go ahead,
right.
brother.
So finally, my brother, I respect you and what you teach and everything. Out of due respect, there's something that you have stated in a previous live that I didn't respect. And that is about how different ethnicities are not supposed to mix.
Yeah.
So I want to know where I'm going with that, because I'm a mixed race brother, yeah, and I was made out of love, you know what I'm saying? So, and love is always the key to everything, you know what I'm saying? So
it depends on what love you're talking about. And I'm not here. I said it depends on what love you're talking about. Love is expressed different in every different culture in different ways. And when I'm talking about race mixing, I can prove this with science, and I mean what I say. And it's not to speak down on you or nothing like that. People ask me a question, I have to answer honestly and with a scientific mindset with it. When you check the wound of any other race and you check the resonant frequency or the pH balance of a black woman's wound and of her vagina, it resonates with the black man. It's the compatibility is balanced. When you check that with a white man, or you check that with a Mongoloid or Asian, the resonant frequency, and even I have a video I can send to you that Dr. Sabi spoke on this as well. The resonant frequency and the electrical frequency is different for every other race. Our mineral is different from your mineral. Our mineral would be iron phosphate. Caucasian minerals usually is zinc, and Asian mineral is usually copper. So the main minerals that's in our blood dictate the frequency and the vibratory rate that's in our wounds, that's in our organ. Each organ have its own frequency and tune. Melanin, or what we're going to call carbon constituents or carbon constituent chains, is at a different frequency. We have neuromelanin, we have eumelanin, we have pheomelanin and cosmic melanin. Yeah, a lot of different races don't have neuromelanin at all. Y'all just have eu and pheomelanin. So there's different resonance and frequencies in our bodies that's different from y'all. So if you start matching frequencies that are out of tune with each other, you create what I would call a imbalance in creation, or imbalance in a cell. So the cells come out already genetically weakened, and it automatically come out mutating. And that's why you see a lot of mulatto or mixed children actually have a lot of social skill issues. They have a lot of mental issues. They suffer from a lot of depression. They have anger issues, and these are just statistics that you can Google, and it'll pop up showing you that mixing races and sharing cellular structure and DNA with a people that's not a part of your tribe, it have not only an intellectual deprivation from your mind, but it has a genetic mutation on the cells of the body. And your great teacher, Dr. Sabi, taught the same thing.
That's interesting. I mean, like, because even for yourself, you said that you wouldn't procreate with anyone outside of your race.
Yeah.
Yet, as well, like, obviously due to slavery, like, how do you know you're not mixed yourself?
I mean, like for me, we track back our genetics. I know what tribes and stuff. I can mention my tribal names and all of that. And I'm full blown Negro and Indian, which is all the same thing. I'm not mixed, and I know this by tracking down my history, my mother's line, my father's line, and all of that. And even if that was the case, if you look at me and my genetic disposition, I mean, just look at how I look in my hair, and how I speak, and how I'm in tune with my ancestors and my frequencies. I'm most definitely a Hebrew African prince. So, most definitely.
Okay, so for us that are mixed, I mean, like myself, I'm mixed of European, African, Caribbean, and indigenous South American. So are you saying that people that are mixed are to go with the same mixers, or like what are you saying on those terms?
That's a very, very good question. So if according to the Europeans database and according to their terminology and their science, they saying that if you have a drop of Negroid in you, that you a nigga. So I'm just keeping it real with you, what they say. So because melanin is dominant, carbon is dominant. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a mix, what I would suggest is depends on what you're trying to go through, because you can do a German Shepherd and you can actually mix him with certain breeds and create your own breed later on in the 6th and 10th generation. So it depends on if you want to be black. If you want to be black, since you do have black, so-called black in you, I hate the colors because there's such thing as a word color, but if you want to do that, then you're going to mix with who you want that dominant bloodline to go through. And me, since you got Negro in you and you got black in you, I think that's the best ever. If I was you, I will, since you do have the African blackness in you, that Hebraic blood in you, I mean, I will mix with a Hebrew. That way your children can come out Hebrew, they can come out African, and then when you keep doing it, you will come back with children that look just like me. It's just all about breeding. They do it with dogs and stuff all the time. I mean, it's very simple if you see it, but you see when you start mixing certain species of dogs, like the Cane Corso, that's mixed with 2 breeds of dogs, and you see how crazy it is, right? And that's because the genes that they're mixing, showing you that you're not supposed to be mixing races. I mean, and that's just facts, But everybody agree to disagree. I'm not gonna hate you if you disagree with what I'm saying at all, and I hope you don't hate me for me disagreeing in what you believe. You know what I'm saying? We still can build, and I'm still here to help you.
That's why I'm asking these questions, man, because I'm interested in your perspective. And even if I don't agree with it, it's still good. I appreciate you and what you share, bro. Yeah. Yeah, but no. So now I don't believe in race mixing at all, though. I don't. I mean, I don't believe in that at all. And then if you come from the background that I come from, which is of a biblical background, the scriptures don't believe in that at all either. And then I just seen a comment that says you are what your father is. According to scripture, your last name got Israel in it. We see that that's not particularly true. On our way out of Egypt, Israelite was called an Israelite, and he was saved because of his mother. His father was an Egyptian, but his mother was an Israelite, and we see that he was actually saved, showing you that rather sometimes that you can pass as Israel through your mother lineage, because your mother do have chromosomes and DNA as well. So it is what it is. But I hope I got to answer your question, man. You caught me off guard with that. I had to make sure I was saying the right things, man. Because man, I've been getting so many of my videos taken down for my racial outbursts and comments. So I be trying not to speak on it so much because they be blocking me, man, now. So I had to make sure I answered that right, because when this uploading is gonna go through this algorithms, if I say crack or anything, they taking this down and they gonna give me another strike. So I got to be real careful when I'm answering questions like that. Yeah. But no, I appreciate it, man. It's funny that you said Israel as well, because in the last years of my father's life, he added Israel to his last name. He was a Rasta man. Mm-hmm. And he had that for a few years, and then he changed Israel to Judah. Yeah. So it's interesting that you mentioned that. And
he was a Rasta. The Rastafarians know exactly who they are. They know that Hebraic African Israelites. So, and that's what I'm saying. So your father was Hebraic African. So, I mean, you have a choice, because you have both of them. You have Europeans within you, the Greeks within you, and you have Israel within you. And it sounds like that you love the Israel side of you a whole lot. So get you a Hebraic African woman, and you will notice that the grandchildren will come out looking just like me, because you still have that in you. And like predominantly when we do read the Torah, you are who your father is. But we do got certain instance in the book of Shemot, the books of Exodus, where we see that is a mixed multitude, and half of them was still saved because their mothers was Yisrael as well. And that's all I'm gonna say. But look, hey, I digress. I'm gonna leave it at that, brother. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Hey, good talk, good build, brother. Good build, man.
Likewise. And I just want to leave off as well, like, I'm on the shamanic path. So when I first did ayahuasca, man, I just saw that we're all connected, and I just love everybody. Black, white, Asian, whatever. I love everybody. I love you.
Hey,
I love everyone listening.
Most definitely. All love. Hey, look, it ain't nothing but love. I just had a conversation with a biochemist today, and we were just talking about molecular structures, and like you said something powerful. You said love is over all, and our whole argument today was which type of love. There's over 7 different type of love, and there is one love. One frequency, one sound, and one like spirit that keep us all connected. So, with that being said, brother, I appreciate you, brother, and look, let's continue to build, man.
Yes, brother. Peace.
All right. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace.
William.
Hey, that was a good build right there, man. That was a very good build, man. I like that. Peace, William. How you feeling, God? Peace, God.
I'm doing all right, my brother. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. What's up? Talk to me. Talk to your family.
Well, I am 55 years old. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in August of 2017.
I got a question. Do you got any lesions on your brain or?
The lesions were on my spine, not on my brain.
Okay, that's good. So the acidosis ain't made it that far up yet. Okay. What else going on with you other than the multiple sclerosis or what they call MS?
Okay. Years prior to that, I was diagnosed with uveitic glaucoma.
Okay.
And I also have an enlarged prostate.
What's your PSA levels for your prostate?
You know what? I don't know right offhand.
But was they pretty high?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got MS.
Yeah.
We got glaucoma, which is mucus in the eyes or acidosis in the eyes, and then we have a swollen prostate and with high specific prostate antigen levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
And asthma, which I've had since childhood, and then I also am dealing with incontinence as well.
Okay. I could tell you exactly what's going on with everything, brother. It sounds like that you're extremely acidic, God. That's exactly what it sounds like. You're extremely acidic, and mucus is compensating and going through and trying to put out that acidic fire, and it is crystallizing, turning to crystallized uric acid, and these things are causing a very great detriment to the body. What I suggest you do is to go on an all fruit diet. All fruit. With this one, you can eat any fruits that you want. Make sure you eat berries, because berries are good for the glandular highway, which is good for the prostate. And with everything you got going on, you're going to need my geogenetic therapeutic package level 1. If you can't afford the level 1, or you think it's just too much and you don't trust me, you want to build trust, get you the kidney and adrenal kit and start off on the 3 bitters. I think you're going to see a major change from that, and then you can start purchasing bigger packages. But you must do it on an all fruit diet. Make sure you're hydrating the body, and you need to focus on kidney filtration, because what's happening is your adrenal glands is offline, which is turning your kidneys off, and you're not able to filtrate all that metabolic waste that you're taking in from the foods that you're eating and from the air that you're breathing in and from the water that you're drinking. So these things are literally just burning the cells, and particularly is burning the so-called lymphatic system, is burning the neurological system. That's what you call MS. It's when the lymphatic system starts to attack the so-called nervous system, which is not attacking, it's just eating the acids on the nervous system. Another thing is the prostate is swollen. Usually the prostate is swollen from dairy products. Or you eating a lot of dairy products?
I haven't eaten dairy in 2 years.
That's good. See, so you already learning. Okay, so you getting off the dairy.
Yeah.
That's gonna bring a lot of that mucus out, and that dairy is what caused your asthma at a young age as well. The number one cause of asthma is dairy eating cheese, eating ice cream, butter, and stuff like that will cause you to have asthma.
Well, you know what, the interesting thing is that I stopped eating dairy 2 years ago. I stopped drinking anything but alkaline water 2 years ago. I also, when I went for my last physical a few weeks ago, I dropped 65 pounds. So
good job.
So yeah, I'm counting. I want to get down to about 195. So I got about 22 more pounds to go. But I've lost the weight. The issue that I'm having with my MS is really affecting my legs a lot. So I use a cane to get around, but I have a whole lot of spasticity and stuff in my legs, so my legs are really, really tight. Stuff like that.
You just need some antispasmodic. Some antispasmodic herbs will help you with that, and that's like valerian root, which we'll give to you, blue vervain, all just antispasmodic herbs that keep you from binding up like that. Usually the MS patients we work with have lesions on their brain and they wheelchair bound, and we get them out of the wheelchair. They can get up and walk with a cane, but they prefer to be in a wheelchair all the time, and we get them up up out of those. So it ain't nothing that we can't get rid of, but you're going to have to be very, 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 very disciplined when it comes to that diet, because MS is extreme acidosis, and we have to hydrate the body to break up all that agglomulation. We just going to have to. So if you can stick to an all fruit diet while you on them herbs, we have this. It'll be a whole different conversation the next time we talk. You see, it will be a healing testimony. You be telling the people that you healed. That's what it'd be if you can just stick to an all fruit diet and get that geogenetic package level 1. That's what you really need, the geogenetic package level 1. If not, get you a
genetic package level 1.
Yeah, with some extra 3 bitters on the side. Yep, with some extra 3 bitters on the side, an all fruit diet, high in berries, since this is a neurological nervous system ailment, so-called ailment, and you're gonna need them oxygenators, and you're gonna need them antioxidants, which will be high berries. So eat a lot of berries, eat a lot of grapes, and you can eat as many fruits as you want. Just don't mix your fruits with melons, because it's gonna create alcohol, and then we're gonna have a problem with the liver after your cleanse, and we don't want to do that. We're trying to heal you, not bring in extra problems.
Okay, no melons, huh?
No, you can eat melons. You just can't eat them with the rest of your fruits. Eat them by themselves.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, because my goal is to be able to walk without a cane or anything and be fully cured by May of next year when my son gets married. So I'm
walk now, yeah. So
I'm
look,
supposed to walk his fiance down the aisle.
So is you giving me a challenge, brother? Because I love challenges. I can get you there. You giving me a challenge?
I'm giving you a challenge.
Let's do it.
Now I'm on a fixed income, so I'm on disability. So I get paid like once a month. So I gotta, I do want to get the product.
So what you can do is go through Zizzle, and you can get on a payment plan, and if that don't work, we can help. We can do something. We can make something happen. We just got to talk to Aniya and Kawhi, and we can figure out something. I actually think we did get a few donations in as well, so we could probably put something towards your package as well. We'll be able to work something out where you can get it. And then you just gave me a challenge, and I love challenges, so I gotta get you back by May. So I say let's start on it now. Let's do this. Matter of fact, I know you probably not comfortable giving your email over the web, so could you do this for me when we get off the phone? Could you send me an email at questions@yakiawaken.com? It's actually on the screen, and then
okay, I will do that.
In the subject line, say last, because it's my last call. Say this is the last caller of Tuesday Night Live, and type in Aniya. Type in Aniya name. Yep.
Okay.
ANIYAH.
ANI.
Yep, ANIYAH, and type in last caller, and then just put in there what you're suffering from, and we're gonna help you out. We're gonna get you that.
Okay, I would definitely do that. Also, one other thing, my grandson is 7. He got the MMR vaccine when he was
autistic.
9 months. He's autistic.
Yep.
Right after he got that, it changed him. And
always do.
My daughter is, she's trying to, he's a very bright child, but he's considered nonverbal, even though he does talk a little bit, but he's very, very smart, really into electronics and computers.
Usually they are. They very right brained. They're very left brained. What shuts down is their right brain, and that's more of your spiritual side, that's more of your social side and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's left brain functioning, nonverbal autism, which comes from them vaccinations, them inoculations. Exactly. What he's suffering from is mercury poison in the brain. So all we got to do is we got to do it carefully, but we got to drain that mercury out of his brain, and you do that through cleansing the blood, cleansing the lymphatic system, opening up the kidneys, going through doing a metal detoxification on him and stuff like that. We done detox a lot of autism childs, nonverbals too, and got them back speaking and everything. So that's going to be a level 1 as well. It's going to be a geogenetic level 1. Since he's 7, we're going to have to use oil based tinctures though, but we can do that. So
yeah, because he's very particular. He won't eat the only thing he eats is chicken nuggets, French fries, pizza, and fruit snacks. he won't
Yeah,
eat anything else.
But that's because think about the sensory senses that's mostly active. Them are his taste buds that he's operating out of because he's in prison. He can't operate out of his intuitive side because that brain is locked down and shut down because the melanin neurotransmitters can't connect with that hemisphere because it's blocked by mercury. Mercury act like a shield when it comes to electricity. It's like a shield, and literally electricity can't pass through it, and that's the issue. So once we get that mercury out of the brain tissues and we stimulate the autonomic nervous system, get them adrenal glands back online, we have him back in no time. Yeah, he's gonna need the geogenetic level 1 though. He is, and usually a 7-year-old with autism, they is not gonna do an all fruit diet, so we usually put them on an all raw diet, and we use like baked sweet potatoes here and there. It's a way we're gonna be able to do it because when they get super mad, is he one that like to bang himself head and hurt himself when he get mad, or do he lash out at everybody else?
No, he for the most part, he's a very chill child.
That's good.
For having autism.
That's good.
He just recently started to wander though, and he kind of wandered out the house a couple of weeks ago and freaked us all out. We, ended up at the shopping center. So so we had to reinforce the house and stuff like that, so he can't,
I got you.
Get out the door on his own. But yeah, he doesn't really act out much. None of the meltdowns or anything like that. That's good. So that mean they didn't talk. So that vaccine didn't do him how it's doing everybody else. So that's a good thing. That means he have good genes. He got good constitutions in him. So the geogenetic level 1. Make sure that you put his age in the subject bar when you order, and we'll know not to put any alcohol in his tinctures, and put him on an all raw diet. And with that particular case, Kawhi and Anaya will be with you every step of the way because we're dealing with a minor, so they'll be with you every step of the way. And now we got new people on the team too, so we'll walk you through that whole healing. Well, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna send you that email as soon as I hang up. I'll send you the email and yeah, that challenge is out to you.
See, look, I'm a man. I love challenge, so let's do it. Let's have you off that cane for you can walk down that aisle with some dignity and with some pride. Let's get you by May. Let's do it. Look, I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for it.
Yes, let's do it. I want to be around for that and my grandbabies and everything. Yeah, so I really appreciate it.
It's nothing like choosing to live, and that's what you're doing. You're choosing life. You're not settling for death.
Absolutely.
And that's what a lot of.
I mean, I changed my diet too. Like I know, like you said, all fruit diet, but prior to talking to you, a couple of years ago, I switched to just being a vegetarian. So, I don't eat any meat. I still would occasionally eat salmon. I would bake salmon, but
and make sure y'all not giving a 7-year-old that, because fish is full of mercury and he have a mercury problem. That's what causes autism.
He doesn't eat fish. He only nuggets and French fries and pizza.
Now we gotta get him off of that too. So let's do it, man. Look, you got a very good spirit, Elder, man. I don't know. You just feel. I don't know. You got a kindred spirit, like you part of my family or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I've been on this journey, this spiritual journey, just, kind of trying to decalcify my pineal gland and get, trying to get more in tune with the universe and, and just, I'm living in peace, love, and life, so
praises.
That's what I'm doing, and I'm trying to pass that along to my family as well. So it's just, with all of the chaos going on around the planet, I'm still smiling, I'm still positive. I still get outside into nature and and just enjoy life. So so that's the way I look at it. In spite of everything I got going on, I always look at it and go, there's always someone out there, that's got it worse off than I do. So I can't complain or anything like that. It's just,
no doubt.
I make the most out of my life. So,
you got it. Well, look, I'm going to say this to you. Peace, love, light, and healing. May Yahweh bless you and may he bestow peace and healing upon you. And just may he give you strength to keep on going, to keep it pushing, for you can see your grandbabies and for you can save your family as well. So with that being said, peace, love, light, and healing, Elder. We'll talk to you soon.
I certainly will. And thank you so much. And I will send you that email momentarily.
All right. Peace. Hey man, I love this live. This live was jumping off the Richter scale. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. The Black Messiah Project, blackmessiahs.com, blackmessiah.com will be up soon. The Black Messiah Project is a project that me and my team is working on. Brother God Stanley, Brother God Patrick, Brother God Nabi, Brother God Malachi, Brother God J God, Brother God Kobe. We're coming together collectively as a whole. And what we're doing is we're putting together lands, we're putting together sources, we're putting together water, we're putting together all these different survival things for when the collapse that come, because it's coming. We have certain services and things. We can teach y'all agriculture. We can teach you how to, alkaline your well. We can teach you how to grow your own crops. We can teach you, self-defense mechanism. It's bringing together the entire black community that excel and that is a master over their talents that the Creator Yahweh gave them. And we're going to be able to utilize that and get y'all to certain positions to learn these different trades and these different skills. That way, when we have to fend for ourselves, when they mandate these vaccines and say without the vaccine you can't buy, sell, or trade, we still can take care of our families. We still can feed our families. We still can give our families drinks. We still can give our family food. We still can give our family intellectual learnings and teachings and classes and things like that. So the Black Messiah Project, black is the color of our skin potentially, so it's melanin. That's where you get the word black from. Messiah come from the word Mashiach, which means the anointed one. So Black Messiah Alliance and Black Messiah Projects is to show you that you are the Messiah, to pull that Messiah up out of you for you can save your family individually. We all supposed to be Christ, King, priest, and God over our households, man. And the women's supposed to be that opposite strength over their household to raise the children. So we need the right political structures, the right economical structures, the right educational structures to teach the families for we can survive as a species, and most of all and most importantly survive as a race. So the Messiah is in you and is in me and is in all of us to rise up and to take back our freedom and to save our families from this narcissistic, low thought form, violent creature or nature of ours we call the government. That's the Black Messiah Project. It's black liberation. It's liberation of death, and that's what it is. So if you want to be a part of it, just make sure that you contact me at Black Messiahs Project at gmail.com, Black Messiahs with an S project at gmail.com. And then when the website get up, we have all those things for you. We just gathering land, we gathering sources, we gathering water, we saving a lot of food. We're gonna show y'all how to do canning, we're gonna show y'all how to do agriculture, we're gonna show you how to live off grid. We just, we bringing together some of the brightest black minds around from across the nation, even in Africa, and we're gonna share this collective consciousness as a whole. That's the Black Messiah Project. Messiah means savior, and it means redemption. Black is you and I, so black redemption, and that's what it's about. Liberating the people, liberation of death. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Let's see who in the building. Let me give y'all some shout outs and I'm finna get up out of here. Name your state, name your city. Name your state, name your city. And I'm gonna get up out this deal. Dang, somebody calling me from Bethesda, Maryland. Whoever this is, you right out there where they made the HIV and made the herpes and the syphilis at. It's a military base out there right now where you stay at that's making all these different diseases and stuff. You need to get out of that place. All right, what we got? Who we got in the building? Washington, D.C. in the building. Shouts out to Washington, D.C. Chicago in the building. Shouts out to Chi-Town. VA in the building. Shouts out to VA. All praises, new insight. Sacramento in the building. Shouts out to Sacramento, California. Rashid, yeah, I can't wait for it either, man. Baltimore, Maryland in the building. Shouts out to B Moore. Shouts out to B Moore in the building. Who else we got up in this deal? Philly in the building. Waterboro, South Carolina in the building. Who else we got up in this deal? Talk to me. Where we at? Philly in the building. Fort Myer, Indiana in the building. Columbus, Georgia in the building. Roscoe, Illinois in the building. Chicago in the building. OKC in the building. Chi-Town in the building. Washington, D.C. in the building today too. That's what I'm talking about. North Carolina in the building. Lee Summit, Missouri. You right up the road in the building. Denver, Colorado in the building. Charlotte, North Carolina again in the building. Fort Wayne in the building again. Toronto in the building. Illinois in the building. Not B. Brother God, not B. How you feeling? Peace, God. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Now be in the building. Atlanta, GA in the building. Ohio in the building again. Dallas, Texas in the building. Where we at? Houston, Texas in the building. The Bay Area in the building. Where we at? Hampstead, New York in the building. Where we at? California. It's a whole lot of California in the building. Louisiana in the building. New Jersey in the building. That's what I'm talking about. I like New Jersey now. Y'all different breed out there. Louisiana in the building again. Virginia in the building. We got a lot of everybody from everywhere. Florissant in the building. I'm in Florissant right now. Florissant, Missouri in the building. Trinidad in the building. Tobago in the building. Kansas City, Missouri in the building. Man, I love y'all, man. Y'all be popping. I see the Lou H-Town, Philly. What's up? What's up with my family? Jackson, Michigan in the building. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Detroit. Texas, Detroit again. ATL. Boy, y'all be on here, man. I love y'all. Look, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. If you love yourself, if you love yourselves, and you ready to take your health back, if you ready to become the God that Yahweh the Creator created you to be the goddess that Yahweh the Creator created you to be, for you to resemble nature and for you to bring forth the evolution here in this holographic realm that we call Earth, say that you love yourself. I love myself and I love y'all. If you love yourself, type it in. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Brittany, Jazz, and Queen, what up, goddess in the building? Make sure you text me back, woman. In the building. Come on now, y'all. If you love yourselves and you love yourself, type it in. Let me see it. Let's get this energy popping up in here before we get off. We're going to go to sleep with good energy. I'm going to catch y'all in the dreams. Let's meet at the cosmic table tonight. Let's ram sleep. We're going to ram sleep and meet at the cosmic table. Make sure you unplug your phones. Make sure you unplug your TV. Get all these devices, these electronic devices out of your room, and make sure you sleep on your back, and make sure you do deep breathing on your way to sleep. Go to sleep with a purpose. And the purpose is to meet me at the cosmic table tonight to talk about how we going to spring forth evolution in this planetary system. Y'all going to meet me at the cosmic table or what? Y'all going to meet me at the cosmic table? Huh? That's what I'm talking about. I love myself. Hey, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace.